What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of I'll Call You Right Back podcast with me, your host. First of all, last week was just insane. The response to last week's episode with Baby Coco was beyond anything I could have ever imagined. And if you're out there listening and this is your second episode of listening, I really appreciate it. I sincerely appreciate everyone listening. I'm happy with all the feedback I got. I'm just very thankful that I had the opportunity to speak with her. And I'm going to keep this intro a lot shorter than last week's. That's for sure. Anyway, a lot of awesome shit coming up in October. I have so much shit dropping. This week, Saturday, I'm dropping, I roast coffee. At least I try to. I'm a big fan of coffee, and I link up with a local coffee shop named Black Forge Coffee. I've had them on the podcast a couple times, and I roasted coffee with them. Hand roasted, mind you. So back in June, I released 2 coffee roasts. One was a dark Kenya and one was a dark Guatemala. And Daltone roast coffee, roast 1 and 2. And they both went immediately. They sold out so damn quick, and I was so pumped about the turnout. One for myself because it tasted unreal, and I roasted these things with my 2 hands, and they just came out so good. I wanted to do another one. I love coffee. Why not make my own, right? So I roasted another batch this weekend with Black Forge and their roaster Tyler. He's almost like he's like Yoda of coffee. I feel so dumb whenever I'm there because I'm looking at this crazy gonk droid looking thing, got a laptop fucking hooked up to it like it's a Fast and Furious car, and he's just, a dude that loves coffee so much. And I showed up there the first time I roasted coffee, and I thought I was just getting some beans that he already roasted. He was like, "Nah, you're roasting this." So that was my first 2 times, and this weekend I did my 3rd roast, and it went way smoother because I picked it up last time. But this roast that I'm putting out on Saturday is a blend. It's called Wake the Dead. That's what I gave the name as. It's called Wake the Dead, but it's a blend of a dark El Salvador and a medium Rwanda. But I I roasted them both separately, and then I mixed them together, and that right there is the first blend of Daltone Roast Coffee by I'll Call You Right Back podcast, and I'm pumped about it. I had a cup just a minute ago with my wife. It was the first test, and came out in flying colors. She said that this batch was definitely better than last, and I thought the last was pretty damn good. But I'm gonna have, I don't know, I'll probably have like around 16 or 16 bags, pound bags. They're going to come with a dope Halloween sticker pack that I put together with local artist Dirty Bird. I give him my terrible, shitty ideas, and he turns them into great things. But I'm getting these stickers in. Everything will be available this weekend, so keep a lookout for that. I'll call you right back on Instagram. But the reason everyone is here. So, on episode 3 of I'll Call You Right Back podcast, I spoke with someone named Khama Worthy. Khama Worthy is a local dude from Pittsburgh, grew up just like every one of us, and got into martial arts early. After he got into martial arts, he kind of like took a fast track to climbing the ladder, performing, professional MMA fighter, and he's been on the grind for like 12 years. So this episode that I talked to him in February of 2018. So what, a year and a half ago almost? But at that time, Khama was, he just got the Pittsburgh Academy of Martial Arts, and that is on Campbell's Run Road. Yeah, Campbell's Run Road. You could look all that up. But he was also, coming off of a loss in a professional MMA loss, and he was kind of just, climbing the ranks and fighting and trying to make some shit happen. in that conversation, we talk about him growing up. We talk about him getting into martial arts. We talk about what his dreams of. We talk about him getting into the UFC, and that's the goal for anyone that is a mixed martial artist that wants to perform. The UFC is that's the big deal. So a year and a half ago, he's fighting these random fights around here. All right, fast forward to now, he gets a fight on 5 days' notice to fight for the preliminary main event on the biggest card of the year for the UFC. All right, and this whole episode is about all of that. Khama was coming off a two-fight win streak through just Pittsburgh organizations, but he got this fucking call 5 days before it was supposed to happen. All right, the dude that he was fighting, Devonte Smith, he was coming off a 3-fight win streak in the UFC, or one fight in the Contender Series and 2 fights in the UFC where he knocked all of his opponents out. 100% finish streak. And, Khama accepted this fight, 5 days notice, got in there, knocked his ass out in the first round. And this whole episode is the entire process of being a local professional a local professional mixed martial artist to being called by the UFC and making a name for yourself in your debut. So, without further ado, episode 88 of I'll Call You Right Back podcast with Khama Worthy.
Telephone.
Hello?
Telephone.
I'll call you right back. Call you right back.
Telephone.
I'll Call You Right Back podcast. Make sure this is all good. I gave you water.
Yeah, I'm good.
I don't know what the fuck happened with this. All right. So I'm excited about this. I am excited about this. You were my 3rd episode, and now you're about to be 88.
Yeah, you're way deep.
88 now, and I mean the last time we talked, I think weren't you coming off of a loss?
I was coming off a loss, yeah.
You were coming off of a loss, and I
was getting ready. I was injured. I think I was coming off an injury. I was like trying to get back into training, I think.
Yeah.
I think I was training full time then.
Didn't you just got the academy then too?
Yeah, I just got the gym and stuff, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm fucking pumped about this. So the way that I even found out that you were about to be fighting is I saw someone tag you, or someone shared a photo of you, and I was like, what? And I looked in there, and it was like, Khama Worthy came in. How many days notice? 4?
5 days.
5 days.
4 days. 4 days.
Whatever days. Less than a week. And I was like, fuck, this is insane. And then I saw it was a preliminary main event. And I mean, so how many years you been fighting?
Total, 12 years now? I'm 33, yeah, about 12, 13 years.
12 years. So, I mean, this is obviously the goal you're working towards.
It's weird. It's like, it's something that you are looking to achieve, but I guess when I stopped trying to achieve it or trying to get there, like make it my end game, then I got there. I was like, oh shit, all right.
Yeah,
what happened?
I don't even understand. So when was your last fight before the not the UFC fight? You fought like a week before, but when was your last fight before that?
I fought 3 weeks. I fought 3 weeks before I fought Devonte.
But before that though?
About 2.5 months.
2.5 months.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And you won both of them.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, what is like? Do you have any anticipation that this is going to be happening?
Oh, hell no. No, I mean, like, after I knocked out Ward, I was like, all right, cool. Maybe I can get, I was talking with my manager. He hit me up right after I knocked out Ward. And he was like, hey, you want to sign? I was like, yeah. He goes, I can maybe get you a shot in the UFC on some short notice stuff, or maybe get you on a Contender Series. That's what I was aiming for.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll get on the Contender Series because, I didn't want to be cutting weight all crazy for a short notice thing. And I was pretty sure they probably had other guys, 55ers, that had better records. So I was like, all right, yeah. I'm like, yeah, I'll get on the Contender Series, be a short notice to come in for somebody, have to beat somebody to get into the UFC. I'm like, cool, I'll do that. But no, and then I signed with him, and then he told me there was probably a chance that I might be fighting Devonte. His guy backed out. He said, I'll put your name in, but then they went with Clay Collard instead, who's actually boxing next week.
Really?
At the Meadows. He's fighting Jarrell. He's like,
see, I didn't even know who that was.
Yeah, Clay Collard. He fought Max Holloway before. I was actually kind of looking to fight him on a regional circuit before.
Really?
And I was kind of looking into it. We were looking at him, a couple of different guys, and it never really got to him or whatever. But when they said they picked him, I was like, all right. I'm like, he fought in the UFC 3 times before. I can completely understand it. I was like, I'm like, at least my name's out there now. That's cool.
Absolutely.
And then I went back to regular life. I went back to eating pizza and cheesecake and shit. And
all the good stuff?
Yeah. I went to go see Carmen on Sunday.
How was that?
I was good. And I was a little drunk because I hadn't drank alcohol in forever. I had 2 drinks. I was a little buzzed. I came home, and then I got called at 6 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, fuck. I actually said, my brain was like, I don't want to do this because I didn't feel like cutting away. And I was like,
what do you walk around at?
I walk around like 182, 83.
And you cut down to what?
I was bigger than I walk around at that time because I had just fought and I wasn't really training as much. So I think I was like 183, 84 when they called me.
And you had to cut down to what?
No, I was 170. I had to cut down to 55. I was like 174. I cut like 19 pounds.
And I mean, you're already like you don't have fat to cut.
Yeah, so I mean, like that was the hard part. Where it was just like I've been retaining water because I'm eating pizza and stuff like that. So like, and like I'd been out drinking the night before and stuff.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I was holding a lot of water. So as soon as I heard I might get the fight, because this had happened before. He said, okay, you might be in for a Devonte fight. I was like, all right, cool. And then he said it didn't happen. I was like, all right, that's not happening.
So it kind of just was out of your mind.
It kind of went out. And then when he called me again, I was like, all right, well, it's this fucking week. Like, he goes, it's going to happen. And like, how soon can we do it? I'm like, yeah, whatever, dude. And I said, yeah. And then I was like, all right, well, just in case it is real, I went to the sauna and I cut like 7.5 pounds. Like
just to kind of get it ready,
yeah,
just in case.
Like an hour, like 2 hours, went to the sauna and just cut 7.5 pounds.
Now, I mean, like, what is like, how do I say this without like, I mean, 33 years old, you just told me you're about to turn 33, right?
Right.
Now, in what was the term you just said? In battle?
Combat years.
Combat years. I mean, like, to be 33 and just like...
Combat years, you're 40.
Yeah, like, it's like...
42.
That's crazy to me, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, like, did you ever, like, have a feeling that you were just, like, not going to make it in there and it was just like, nah?
I was thinking maybe not the UFC because, like, they were only taking on younger guys and, like, there was a lot of good older guys that made it to a Contender Series that didn't get to make it to the UFC. So I was like, shit. I was like, I'll make it somewhere else. I'm like, maybe I can get the Bellator, or maybe I can get that One Fighting Championship, or Professional Fight League. I was looking at them. I was like, all right, you get near, do your tournament, do your thing. I'm like, all right, I can do that, push for that. I'm like,
get your name on the radar.
Yeah, get my name on the national scene and shit. So I was just gonna be like, my thing was, I'm like, okay, well, no matter where I get to, I'm just gonna fucking show out. When I get to, I'm gonna fucking show out, like do reckless shit, try to smash people, get as much attention as possible, so then I can make as much money as possible. Because the more attention you get, the more money.
Yeah, the bigger show you put on.
Yeah, exactly. So that was the plan, and then this just happened, and it just lined up like
unreal.
Perfect. Yeah, like perfect line.
So what was your record before UFC called you?
I was 14-6, I think, right? I'm 15-6 now. Yeah, 14-6.
14-6. So like that was a pretty good established record.
Oh yeah, it's 14-6.
And a lot of them were knockouts.
No, I'm 15-6. Fuck, I'm 15-6. No, I'm 15-6. Fuck, I don't even know my own fucking record.
I think it is 15-6.
Yeah, I think I'm 15-6. I was 14-6. Right, I was 14-6. Yeah, I had 8 knockouts, 2 subs, and 3 decisions. Wait, 8 knockouts, 2 subs, 4 decisions. Yeah, 4 decisions. Yeah,
and
now
it's just, I mean, like, I got chills talking about it because like we seen this on here, and like you fought like 3 weeks before that, and these dudes just call you up. Now, like, what is this process after they call you?
get the weight off.
That's all it was.
That's all it was. Like that's all I could literally think about was just get the weight off. Oh God, get the weight off. Get the weight off.
And do you have rough cuts?
Not at 55. Like my cuts are hard, but they're not rough. Like,
yeah,
I make weight. I don't really. I mean, I can make weight.
But yeah, I get it. It's not nothing.
It's not a fun thing. I'm not like, oh yeah, it's weight cutting time. Get the pancakes.
But it's not like you're close to death.
No, not like I used to cut the 45. I used to like die to make 45.
Oh, that would be the worst.
Towards the end of the career, I just couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, you get this call and you're getting all this weight off, and like what is even the process of the whole? Because I mean, obviously there's USADA and shit like that. What's the process of everything as far as like you get that cut? I mean, you get that call, you start cutting. Like, what's the next process?
Then they have to send you the contracts, and then you have to sign them, and they have to get your bank information. Have to do this, and have to get your social security. That was the insane stuff.
Bank information.
Yeah, because they directly direct deposit all your money, and they need all this. They need you to sign like a 1099 and do this and this, and it's just a whole load of shit. And
Who calls you?
My manager emailed. He hooked me up with somebody works for USC, and they're like, okay, we're gonna email you all this stuff. And I'm at the gym like, oh, I got the fight. Like, yeah, you got the fight. So I start freaking out and shit. Like, I got the fight, and then they email me a fucking book of shit that I have to sign. And then they're like, okay, you can like take screens of this and send it back to your manager. And my manager's like, they're like, you can scan this and send it back to us. And my manager was like, oh, well, you can just send it back to me and I'll scan it to them. And I'm freaking out. I can barely fucking sign shit. Luckily, my girl came in. She basically just did everything, just signed it all. And like,
kind of kept it in line.
Just wrote everything down. Then we sent it back in because I left. I was at the airport at 6 o'clock. My flight was 6 o'clock that night. I was gone.
Jeez.
Because I had to get to California and get all of my medicals done, like CT scan, all that stuff, EKG, all that blood work, yada.
So they do that all in the beginning.
They did that all before I even fought, just to make sure I didn't have like a fucking cracked skull or some shit. Or I don't know.
Yeah, so you don't die in there.
Yeah, so they did all that, and then USADA tested me. I didn't get tested by USADA until the day of the fight. It was probably because I did get tested for my Pittsburgh fight. I didn't get like a hardcore as USADA test, but I did get tested for my Pittsburgh fight.
Now, for fighting in Pittsburgh, like what's the drug testing like there? Is it blood?
No, they just do. They didn't take any of my blood for the UFC either.
Okay. Yeah,
like,
I didn't
know.
Say
sometimes they do, but they didn't take any of my blood.
It's interesting because like sometimes, I mean, you hear all these stories that are on podcasts and shit. Boys are knocking on your door at 5 a.m. You got to tell them where you are and shit like that.
Oh yeah, they know I have to update it tomorrow. They know exactly where you're at every time of the day. You saw us like, where are you gonna be? They showed up at my house the other day. Just showed up. I came home. I was dead tired. I went to go pick my daughter up from gymnastics. I was coming home. I was tired, and I get there, and you saw us at the door. I'm like, oh fuck! And then I had to take like an hour to get enough of pee for them, and they just take in. You got to open these cases and do all this stuff. It's like fucking all this stuff.
Crazy
like,
shit.
Come on,
hoops to jump through. Yeah. Now, I mean, and you knew Devonte.
Yeah.
Okay, so like after I started seeing that you were about to fight, I started reading all the shit, and I started reading that like you two trained together. When did you train together, and what was it for?
We had just trained together because we were boys. We used to fight in NAAFS together. And then he was from Ohio, and he would bring his boys down. We would all train together and stuff. So we had trained multiple times, just preparing for fights and stuff.
How old is he?
He's young as shit. He's like 26.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's young. He's super, super young.
Oh, okay. And he was that was a preliminary main event. Why did that dude pull out from him?
The first guy, I don't know, I think Musasi or now I'm fucking his name up. I forget why he pulled out. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like I remember.
Said what it was, but he just said he pulled out or whatever.
And then he had that second dude lined up.
Yeah, and then Clay Collar, something happened medically with him. Like I don't know if he didn't get cleared for something. I don't know if it's something USADA. They never really put it out there, but they say something happened medically. So that means he probably got tested for something or whatever, and something popped or something. Yeah, he did something that they medically wouldn't clear him to fight, and that's why they.
Now, how is it selected for who comes in next? I mean, like you have
that's all like fucking up to the fucking the UFC basically. But my manager has been supplying them with Jason House, him and his management team. They have been supplying them with such good people.
Okay,
like they trust him really well.
But I mean, like it's like your manager reaches out to the UFC and like puts your name in the ring and shit like that, right?
Right.
Okay, and then they they just I guess research you, right? And just pick you.
And that's the thing. He was probably just like I know he said he had sent them my knockout, my last knockout, and I think he said Sean was like, all right, well let's try to get him in soon, and then like. When they pull out, he's like, yo, he sent it to him again, sent him a couple other knockouts, like, yo, this is him. And then he was like, I told him, he was like, it was funny because after the fight, he's like, man, I thought you weren't going to take it. And he's like, I was so just talking you up before. And he was like, yeah, like I'm telling you, he can cut the weight. He's a professional. And he like, when you were like kind of shaky about taking a fight, I was like, shit. And I was like, I just didn't want to cut that damn weight because it's crazy because he manages Devonte too.
Oh, okay.
So he's Devontae's manager, so like it was like he was on both sides of the fence,
trying to make it work. Obviously,
I mean, because obviously he wouldn't want Devonte to lose the fight, and then for me, he just wanted me to get into the UFC, so it's like it was a win-win for both of us. I mean, of course, it sucks that Devonte had to lose because that's his manager. I mean, that's his fighter and stuff, but like it got me into the UFC and everything, and it just worked out the way it did.
Now, how many fights did he have in the UFC?
Devonte, he had 1 in Contender Series and 2 in the UFC.
And he won them all?
All 3 knockouts.
He knocked out all 3?
All 3. Devonte had 100% finish rate.
Wow.
He was 11-1 with 10 knockouts, 1 sub.
Jesus. And now, this is crazy. So you get this information, you start going at it. I mean, like I feel like you're still kind of like warm because you just fought recently.
Exactly, and that was the best. I think if I mean, I won't say I wouldn't have performed, but I wouldn't have performed as crisp and relaxed.
Yeah, you weren't as sharp.
If I wouldn't have fought 3 weeks before, my body just wouldn't have been already like dialed in. I was just dialed in already. Like I worked out with my coach 3 times before the fight. Like we hit pads 3 times before the fight, and I was like, and he was like, "Oh, you're already dialed in." I grappled a couple of times, and that was it. I grappled once with my man Kurt. He came in town, and I grappled with him. Was fucking him up. Kirk was like, Jesus Christ. He's there. Kirk's just like a regular guy. He comes in, he grapples with us. He's a blue belt in jiu-jitsu. He's like one of my best friends. And he came in to see me fight and stuff. And I was like, Mark couldn't get there till early. My jiu-jitsu coach couldn't come in because he had work stuff because they took the fight on like 4-day notice. A lot of people couldn't come as regular. But he came in, so I grappled with him. And I was just back there kneeing him and shit. Now he was like, motherfucker. But, and then I just did that and I hit pads 3 or 4 times and that was basically it. I shadow box. I met mental preparation. I do that I can do that on my own, the mental part. I don't really need anyone to do that, but like physically get my body dialed in, like where it's loose and stuff, that didn't really need to happen because I just fought 3 weeks before that.
Jeez, that is insane. All right, so before we get too deep into this, I do an opening segment with everyone. It's called What's in the Cup? What's in the cup? What's in your cup?
Pomegranate juice that you got me.
Pomegranate juice. I think you're the first person that picked pomegranate juice.
That's my shit. You're like, oh, what do you want to drink? I was supposed to respond to your message. I'm like, oh yeah, pomegranate juice. And every time I kept I was like driving and texting, so I kept saying pomegranate juice. And then my phone kept saying palm of heart. I'm like, damn, no, pomegranate juice. I'm trying to look at the road and look at it. I'm like, damn, what the fuck?
I drank one too. I haven't had one in a while, but
they're delicious.
They really are great. And I mean, like, so we talked in episode 3, that was like a year and a half ago, and so much shit has changed. I mean, obviously the Academy is doing very, very well.
Yes.
You're a fucking dad now.
Yeah.
Like, how is that?
Awesome.
It gotta be awesome, right?
Awesome.
I mean, it looks cool from...
Her birthday's coming up in what? Today's the what? 13th?
Today's the 15th, I think.
4 days.
4 days.
4 days. She's
a
1
year old.
Yeah, 1 year and 4 days.
Jeez. That's probably, I mean, gotta be wild to like...
Yeah, she's cut up.
I mean, like... I don't know. It's insane. I mean, like you got a kid. You're balancing a kid. You're balancing all this fighting shit. You're balancing the academy. You're a coach. You're a fucking instructor, whatever you want to call it. And you're just making all this shit happen. And then you get a call for this UFC shit. Now, like, whenever you get this UFC call, like, are you nervous?
Oh, completely. Because then it's kind of like, it's kind of like the wedding. That's what I kept telling people. I'm like, you want to get married, and then the wedding time, you're like, oh shit, I'm getting married. You know what I mean? Like, it's a thing you talk about. I want to get into UFC. I want to get into UFC. They hear, motherfucker, here's your UFC fight. Like, oh, like, no?
Yeah.
Like, oh shit, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like weird like that. But like, you're nervous, but I'm also, like I said, I was like, okay, I've been doing this for how long? Like,
yeah, forever.
Put up or shut the fuck up. Like,
and I mean, so 33 years old, would you say that, I feel like it was safe to say, like, if you lost that was it.
They were giving me a 4-fight contract.
Oh, really?
Because it was such short notice. Now, I mean, like, I would have lost. They would have probably been, okay, we'll get you another fight, and who knows how long or however, there's so many other people in front. But since I won, and the way that I won, and how I won, and
insane, dude,
the fashion that I won, and the way I looked in the fight, and how I made the fight look effortless, yada yada, et cetera. Then it's like, okay, well, now it's like I can.
Now they know who you are. They know that you're legit. They know everything's
okay, well,
like
this motherfucker's legit. Like, I've been telling you and talking.
Now,
shit.
before any of this happened, did you ever have any like buzz from the UFC? Did they ever contact you or anything like that?
No,
never.
No, I kind of gotten a little bit of something from Bellator. Like, I said something about one of the Bellator fighters on the Bellator page, and someone said something, and Bellator liked it or some shit. Or they're like, well, why don't you fight him? I'm like, I'd fucking love to. I forget who it was or something. So I think Bellator liked it or some shit. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe people are looking. And then my man Dom Mazzara fights in Bellator, and his coach Isaac, he's one of my one of my wrestling coaches. And Isaac was like, dude, I'll put your name in, and as soon as they freaking say they have an opener or something, I'll just fucking throw you in there. Like, I'll put your name out there and stuff. So I had people that were like looking for it and stuff. And like you'll see, like, there's a lot of guys on Facebook like, oh yeah, I got connections everywhere. I'm like, all right, well, let me see it.
I know, right?
I got connections everywhere, man. I'm telling you, I used to be a mob bomb. So I'm like, all right, well, motherfucker, well, where the fuck? You can give me to the UFC? Fuck yeah. Well, I got to talk to this one guy. He got to talk to this other guy. I mean, there's one guy hit me up and goes, listen, I might have an opportunity for you. I said, okay, cool. He goes, but I'm the middle guy for the middle guy who's the middle guy for the... I'm like,
yeah. So you're like,
motherfucker, that's 8 people. Like,
you got to go through a whole net of people.
And he was dead serious. Like, yo, I might have a fight for you. It's in a big league. I'm pretty sure it's Bellator. I where am I? Yo, I'm down. He goes, okay, but I'm the middle guy. That's crazy. I'm the middle guy for the middle guy that's the middle guy for the matchmaker. I'm like trying to do the fucking math on my fingers. Like, what the fuck does that mean? Like,
you got to go through 5 levels of
how
shit.
many fucking people they got to talk to and shit? Like,
so you get there. So you said you got there 3 days before the fight?
I got there Monday night.
And the fight was what? Saturday.
Yeah. So
okay.
I got I started getting the stuff Tuesday.
Now, what's like the day-to-day of what's going on? You obviously had to do all the medical shit the first day.
Yes, that was all Tuesday morning. And then they're like, okay, now, as soon as I got done with the medical, like, okay, USADA wants you to do this. So I had to do all this USADA stuff. Then I got back, and it was
like what? What if you said you didn't have to take crazy drug tests?
No,
like,
but you have to get into their system. So you get into the USADA system, you have to sign up your whereabouts, everything. All that has to go in before you can fight. And they're like, you don't do this, you don't fight.
How does that work? Like, with you letting them know where you are, like, how does that work?
They're like, where are you at?
They'll hit you up and be like, where are you at right now?
They can if they want to.
Yeah.
They can just be like, hey, where the fuck you at? And I'm like, oh, I'm taking a shit at the McDonald's. Like, you didn't say you were supposed to go to McDonald's. You're supposed to be here. We'll wait here. And then you just come back to where you're supposed to be.
Wow. So it's that crazy.
Yeah, it's like they're like fucking like a crazy ex-girlfriend that stalks her or some shit.
Yeah, I mean, like, you hear all that shit on all the podcasts, all the fighters,
USADA's the worst. I mean, like, they're not the worst, they're just efficient. Like, I told my girl about USADA, and in her brain, she saw USADA as like fucking Francis Ngannou. Cause I'm just like, they're just fucking on your ass 24/7. You can't fucking escape them. So when USADA showed up at my house, and it was this old white couple, and they were like, "Hi, you're USADA." I said, "Y'all ain't fucking USADA." I was dying.
That's crazy.
She was like, my brain was like, "This ain't USADA. USADA's like a 6'6" African guy."
You thought it was a name.
So, man,
now USADA, you're going through and you're doing all the USADA shit, but like, you're training. Like, are you at like where are you at? Where you train at? Like, while
they
out
built
there?
like a little like make believe like training room in the hotel, but I didn't even do anything. I just did like a little shadow boxing.
Yeah.
And like hit with I didn't even have. I had to get gloves. Cause I left. I didn't get anything in there. I mean, I grabbed my mouthpiece and that's it.
I saw your Instagram story. It's like they lace you up with all kinds of that.
Yeah, so they give you everything, but like I was like, I need gloves, and they were like, okay, well, since you came here on such short notice, here's a pair. We'll get you a pair of official UFC gloves. We'll just give you a pair. So like they gave me a pair of gloves, so I was able to hit the nose a little bit.
Are they different than what you use in the Pittsburgh league?
Nah, they're the same shit.
Okay, but it's like the same weight and everything.
Yeah, same ounce and stuff. They're a little bit more compact, a little bit crushed, a little bit, but they're basically the same shit.
What about quality wise? Is it the same? Like, is it more? Can you feel any difference in quality or anything?
Nah,
okay,
same shit.
Now, I mean, it looked like you were just like in a room and they just have like racks of shit. Is that right? And you just
I
get
think
what
they
you want?
make all that stuff there.
Oh, they make all their own.
They make. I'm pretty sure they make all their shit like right there. There's like a team that makes, because you can come in at any size and they go, okay, you want it a little bit bigger? Okay, you want it a little bit longer? Okay, cool. And they make it and they print your name out on, because they didn't have my shorts made, my actual fight shorts made with my name on it.
Okay.
Because it was such short notice. They're like, okay. They're like, okay, we'll get this all. Like, don't worry, we'll get it all ready by time to fight. And then by the time the fight came, they had my whole fight gear on.
Are you allowed to get detailed? Like, you see some people with the different pants on tighter.
Oh yeah, you're allowed to switch. I wanted like the short like loose Muay Thai shorts. I guess you call them on like board, like half board like shorts
with like a slit down the side.
Yeah,
or
exactly. So I wanted those ones, so I took those.
It was interesting because like you watch a bunch of UFC fights and like you see everyone wears different shit, and I was always curious on how that happens. Like, but it was cool to be able to see like kind of behind the scenes with that.
Yeah,
in that room and shit like that was dope. And then I was looking at I remember looking and I saw you were signing a bunch of posters, and I was like, this is fucking crazy.
Yeah, that was nuts. I actually sent that poster off to some kid in Germany.
I
gotta hit him up and see if he got it. I sent it like a couple days ago. He hasn't said anything yet, so I didn't hit him up and see if he picked it up.
I bet you it takes a little bit to get over.
Yeah. I did not do it advance. I mean, like overnight stuff, and it was still like $30 or some shit. I'm like, damn, dude.
That's insane. So, I mean, you're there, you pick all your uniform and shit like that. I mean, like, now, do they like supply you with food and everything like that?
Yeah, there's the new, because it was such a big show, I benefited of being on such a big show. That was the biggest show of the year.
Yeah. I mean, like, so yeah, I'm sorry. So, for what we're talking about, the card that you were on was the
biggest
absolute
show of the year.
biggest.
That was a mega show. Anything involving the heavyweight champion is always the biggest show, because the heavyweights are just always, they're just the biggest. They're considered the baddest men on the planet. So anything with the heavyweights, it's just top. That's
like
big
worlds collide.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just badass as it gets. And like DC had 2 belts and everything. So he was the only champion that I think had actually defended his 2 belts and stuff like that. So he was on the card. So it was the biggest card. So it was a huge media day. So I had to do all that.
You did a bunch of media and shit?
I did a wide open media day. You go down there and you sit there and they come through and they do I did 15 interviews and like an hour and a half.
I guess they do say that. You have to do like almost the same interview a bunch of different times.
You just sit there and media people just come up and ask you fucking questions. And you're like sweating and shit. It's awkward as fuck. It was awkward as fuck. My hands all like you just sit there like a piece of chicken, and like the people are all over there. They're talking to champ and shit. They're talking to people there around now. Some of them come like, "Who the fuck are you?"
Exactly. That's what I was gonna ask.
So start reading, like, "Oh, you're the guy that took the fight." Like
last minute notice. So like, did any of these people know who you were besides for just like you're the dude who took it on the last minute notice?
There was a couple of reporters that have done interviews with me before, and they were at different like years ago, like 5 or 6, and they're like, "Oh shit!" Like, so it was kind of cool for them, and they would come over. I'm pretty sure they probably told some of their friends to go over, but besides that, like,
I got fucking chills right now.
Who the fuck is this guy?
I got chills.
Like Nate Diaz is his. Who the fuck is this guy? And I'm sitting over there like, and I have like I wore this like dashiki hoodie that I have. And it's funny because I feel like I came from coming to America. I'm like, I'm just very happy to be here. And I'm like, yo, I'm fucking cracking up in my brain like, that's fucking cool as shit.
That's
it's like
funny.
ESPN and all these things and Yahoo Sports and all this stuff. And all these
it gotta be like super overwhelming at first. Like, I mean, I'm sure it doesn't even like
it doesn't feel real.
Yeah,
and I'm like, and it's all just like, and I'm just sitting there like.
And you're like, fuck, I'm about to fight. And like you being able to like balance all this shit. Like, how do you keep like the mindset of what you need to do and get in there to do with all this, like all these other fucking distractions that are just around you.
I'm a good multitasker. I have 7 siblings, so growing up with a big fucking family, you have to be a good multitasker.
And if you want to hear more about that, listen to episode 3 because we talk all about this.
Right.
And I mean, so during all this media day, it's just like a full day worth of shit.
Yeah, they're coming. You do separate interviews, then you come down. You do like the punches and shit. And you
Are
talk
all
a
you
little
dudes
bit.
in the same room?
No, like your opponents don't come until after. And the blue corner comes in, then they run you out, and then the red corner comes in and stuff.
Now, did you speak with Devonte at all?
Oh yeah, I saw him a couple of times. I gave him pounds and shit. I'm like, yo, let's have some fun. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it was a little awkward, just a little bit, but you know, it was like,
I'm sure it got to be a little bit awkward.
Yeah, I mean, like, you're kind of talking, and like, later on we start fuck each other up.
It's that last night whenever Gaethje beat Cowboy, it was like, and they did that group interview. It's just like,
yeah, it's awkward. But it's a sport though. I mean, like, how they were was like they're a little bit more seasoned than me and Devonte, but like, you know, it's still awkward. Like Gaethje was just like, it was fucking weird. Like, you see how he was looking at the referee, like he's out, and the referee wouldn't stop. He had to hit him, and he was like frustrated. Like, yeah, like that's kind of like how it was. It was like,
it's like, you're about to, you have to go in there and try to beat the fuck out of this dude.
Right.
And
I beat my teammates up, but I never try to knock my teammates unconscious. If I hit my teammate hard and they're like staggering or they're hurt, I'll ease up.
Yeah, you have to.
I don't be like, okay, now it's time to split this motherfucker's head up.
For
like,
sure, but
weird.
now I feel like, I mean, obviously, you know, if you're just sparring and shit like that at the academy, it's different than you know, having to like make a name for yourself in the UFC. Yeah. So you're like, I'm gonna go in there and try to fucking lay this dude out. Obviously.
Oh yeah, I mean, like I had no choice to.
Yeah, no choice.
I had no choice to.
I honestly didn't know he was that young. That's crazy. Yeah. That's definitely wild. Now, while you're doing all this and you're doing all this media day and shit like this, like, are you meeting these other dudes? Like
oh yeah, I met a whole bunch. The guys from my management team, they call them Team Dark Side. They were all class. They were all super cool, and they were just like
That's
real.
Cool.
And they were all like, oh yeah, man. I remember I'm walking in for the weigh-ins. I'm like, yo, they better have some fucking food after you. And the one dude lays his hands on my shoulder and goes, my brother, this is the UFC. Welcome to the big leagues. They started laughing because, you know, I'm just like, yo, I'm just thinking like, damn, they better have something to drink. And he's like, dude, this is the UFC. Everything's different now. And it was just like, oh shit, you know what I mean? Like, even though 247, my man Ryan, he did have food for us afterwards, but the UFC was just a lot better.
Yeah,
it's
I mean, it's a UFC.
They're a multi-billion-dollar corporation.
Yeah, multi-billion dollars. I mean, like, I can understand that. Now, I mean, I was watching your Instagram. I was like on the phone the whole time, just like seeing anytime you posted something, I was just like, fuck.
It was nuts. Like you and like 5,000 other people. I was like, oh shit, what the fuck? I didn't know that many motherfuckers like me.
Dude, I mean, like, it's so crazy because like, I mean, like, I feel like that I've been watching you fight for years, and then like to see this shit, and obviously like I played football for 15 years. I don't watch the fucking Steelers. I don't watch anything but the UFC. That's all I watch, and that's the only thing that I genuinely like
sit down and enjoy watching.
I mean, you got Yinzers go crazy over the Super Bowl and shit. Like, that's like, these are my Steelers. Like, watching fighting and shit like that is what I really enjoy. I don't want to be around people. I watch with the same dude for years. That's it. It's just us. But to see you like get in here and to see the whole process of it all, because like I like seeing how the sausage is made. Like, obviously, like I got to watch your fight and like that was dope. But like the back, you know, the
it
whole
made you
like,
have a little bit more. It's like a connection.
Yeah. You feel like you have a connection of it all more. So while I was watching this, I was like, fuck. I was like, this is about to be weigh-ins. I was like, you know, Joe Rogan calls all these fucking weigh-ins out.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, whatever people think of Joe Rogan now, like, I feel like he gets kind of a bad rap.
The shit.
Yeah, but
I was more excited about meeting Joe than meeting Dana White.
That was so fucking crazy to watch you walk out for a weigh-in and Khama Worthy. And you're just like, holy shit.
And then I didn't step on the scale because I was nervous as fuck. I was like, oh, I'm going to raise my hands up. I said, no, I'm not going to raise my hands up. Then I'm like, oh, fuck. So they tell me to step on the scale, and I didn't step on the scale. And if you looked at the ring girl behind me, she looks and gets this face like, this motherfucker ain't step on the scale. She like smirks like, and then I turn around and like talk to her. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna go around and shake Joe Rogan's hand.
Yeah.
I turn around and go to Joe Rogan, and Danny was like, oh, over here, kid, over here. He's like, what the fuck, dude? I was like, I wanted to shake Joe's hand. Like,
now, were you worried about weight at all?
No. Because we had weighed in already. That was that was the televised weigh.
Okay.
So
yeah,
I had
just
weighed in
to show
already that morning.
But I mean, I saw you post something. You said right where I need to be.
Yeah.
And but I mean, like you cutting it and shit like that. You weren't really worried about anything.
No, I was gonna make it.
Yeah.
I mean, like I almost passed out in the fucking sauna. I was in the sauna with DC and them, and I was like, I feel good because my only person was there was my boxing coach, and I was like, dude, go. He likes baseball. I'm like, you go watch a baseball game. I'm like, I like to do weight. Like I'm in the sauna. I'm like, I'm in there by myself. I'm in there mental preparation.
Yeah.
And the weight was coming off perfect. I never stopped sweating, but I think I cut really like the night before weigh-ins. I cut heavy. I was like 8 pounds over the night before weigh-ins, and I cut like 7 pounds in like 2 hours.
Now, did you feel physically any negative to that at all?
Yeah, cutting that 19 pounds in a short period of time.
Yeah,
my body, I normally don't cramp up as much, but my upper neck and stuff was like locked up and cramping.
Okay,
and like throughout the night, I was like my leg would lock up. If you watch the actual weighing, when I get on the scale and I flex, I can't move my arm because it locks up, and then I put it down. I put it down because I'm like, I flex, and then I put it down, and it locked up down my arm. And then I just put up one arm, I'm like, I can't fucking move my arm. I'm like, oh, let's go. Then I like forced to pull my hands up and like walk off, and like my arms.
I was curious about that because like obviously like weight cuts, like they could have like a detrimental effect on people.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you've seen it with 1,000 people that have been fighting, like, could make you. I mean, you could have a softer chin from a crazy weight cut.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Freaking liquids around your brain. That's what I think I was doing at 145. I was just cutting
too much, a little bit.
I would get hit by punches. Like my strength coach was telling me, he's like, dude, you're getting hit and rocked by punches that
shouldn't be rocking.
You used to be able to take harder punches than that. Now you get hit and you're like all fucked up. And he goes, but now at this weight, because I mean, Devonte kind of slightly landed that overhand right. It was pretty good.
Yeah, it was right whenever in the beginning, right?
Yeah, no, at the end, right at the end of the fight, like right before I hit him, he hit me with overhand right. And that was really the only punch he actually landed. Like I think he landed a jab too. I think he landed some really solid kicks, but we were doing more of a range finding thing. I landed a couple of punches, some jabs, switch jab, a couple of right hands to the bar.
Now, from the past, like let's say, 4 years ago, can you feel like a physical difference as far as like taking damage? Like whenever you were younger, were you? Because you see people that are like getting older and shit like that in the UFC, and if they get hit, like some punches rock people that shouldn't rock them. Like before, people were just
you can get punched out.
Yeah, but like do you yourself? Did you feel different at all? Like, do you feel it as you get older?
I went up a weight class. That's why a lot of older guys are going up a weight class because you just can't cut the weight anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not that they can't take the punches; it's that you just can't cut the weight.
Because if you're cutting that weight,
that much,
that's what takes.
That's what takes it out.
You
I mean, like that's why a lot of guys are going up in weight class. Everyone's going up in weight class because they're like, I just can't. Masvidal used to be a 55er.
Yeah.
Anthony Pettis used to be Nate Diaz used to be a 55er.
Yeah, and
they're all just like, we
much
just
of a
can't
beast.
do that shit anymore because they don't benefit. Cowboy went up to 70 and he came back down to 55. So I mean, like everyone's kind of like, it's just much better if I fucking.
Yeah, you're just more healthy. It seems
that's the biggest thing. It's like just staying stronger all the time and then cutting the proper weight.
Wow. All right. So you're in this sauna, you're cutting all the rest of this weight off, and this is what, like Thursday, you said?
Thursday night, yeah.
Thursday night. And then Friday night, like what's Friday like for you?
So Friday we went out, my girl and all my friends and my brother, or my girl, my friends, and my man Ryan, he's the promoter for 247. They all arrived. So we all went out to eat and stuff. And like,
how many people do you have out there? I'm sorry for interrupting you.
Just four. Just 4 people came out. And then actually my brother's friend came out. We didn't even know. He's been like coming to my fights all the time. And so he just showed up. He didn't even like tell us he was there. And like he didn't even like meet me or see me after the fight or anything. He like took a picture of the screen. Like, yeah, I was here. I was like, dude, why didn't you freaking call me? What the hell? He was like, man. He was like, man, I just took a flight out. Me and my girl, and I think him and one of his friends just took a flight out, took the flight, like left afterwards. So
that's so dope.
So it was freaking like they all came out, and like I'm a weird dude. I don't like to talk to people after I fucking weigh in. But everyone's there, and they're like, oh, let's go eat and do stuff. And my girls go around, and I'm slowly getting irritated by just everyone. I'm just like, yo, all right, put this shit away. Let's fucking. Nicole was there playing with this guy in this fucking period. I was like, oh my fucking God. I'm like, I want to fucking eat, and I start getting cranky because I'm hungry.
Yeah.
And then I eat, and then I get tired. Then I come home, and I like to like watch a movie to get my mind off of fighting. And
kind of
then,
space away from
I gotta like, because it's draining.
It's almost too much.
It can overwhelm you, and your body will just basically like overload. So I like kind of forget about the fight.
What did you watch? Do you remember?
I think I finished watching Godzilla, which was okay. The new one, it was mediocre.
I don't watch any of them new ones.
Yeah, it was very. I'm a big Godzilla fan, so the new one they put too much people stuff into it. Americans fuck up a classic movie. I'm like,
and ruin all kinds of new.
Yeah, I was like, I mean, it was okay, but it wasn't as good. But the Godzilla part, I mean, Godzilla's the fucking man. So I watched it.
That's the only benefit is like the effects now. He definitely looks dope.
Oh yeah, he's dope as fuck, and he's fucking shit up, and they're like getting down. So it was really really violent. But
now after you weighed in, and obviously after you weigh in, make weight, you're allowed to eat.
Right.
Now, after you eat, you feel.
You feel you're gonna throw up.
You feel like, I mean, obviously, because you're just like, you're fucking draining yourself. What'd you eat before? Or what'd you eat after?
I ate, they had the Performance Institute had some stuff for me, but it was that healthy stuff, like tofu stuff. It just tasted really dry. And I didn't want that shit. Like, fuck. I ate a whole bunch of fruit, I ate some hummus, then I ate some nuts, and then I drank some water and stuff. And then I was like, okay, fuck this. Then I usually, like, I have to drink like a soda because I feel like there's a bubble in my stomach. So the soda opens that up.
Yeah.
And then I ate a veggie burger and I ate some more. Then I ate some pasta when I went out with everybody.
Did you feel good?
I didn't feel good. I still felt weird because I weighed in at 9 o'clock in the morning, which I'm not used to. So I felt weird till like 5 or 6 o'clock. Then I started to feel normal. Then I ate a lot more. And then I got really hungry at like 10 o'clock. I ate a lot more. Then I ate at 12 o'clock. Then I ate at 1 o'clock. Then I went to sleep and I woke up in the morning and I ate breakfast and stuff. And
on Saturday?
Yeah. I ate breakfast and then like we had to leave at 3 o'clock. Then I think I ate again like around 12 o'clock or something.
So you were able to like replenish you and shit like that.
Yeah.
Now, I was going to ask you like, but they do that IV ban. Like people can't do that. So that's fucked up.
Right.
Now, do you think, like, what's your opinion of that as far as, like, you having that experience to be able to, like, be in there and, like, cut all this weight and shit like that? What's your experience?
They say the IV ban isn't so you can't replenish. It's because people were masking.
Oh, okay.
It's the IV ban isn't so everyone's like, it's not so you can't put the fluids back in. It's because people were masking stuff.
That makes sense.
Things in the IV, and that's the only reason why they banned the IV, because they couldn't trace stuff with the things were in the IV. It was hiding stuff.
Because now you see people like fucking comedians like, you know, Brendan Schaub, Theo Vaughn. They're sitting there after a long night and they got a fucking IV in their arm. And like around Pittsburgh, I'm trying to hit up people. I got a message out to someone who does like that IV therapy where they come to your house.
Yeah.
Like if you're fucking hungover, you hit them up. They come over and they literally put an IV in your arm and it. Just you feel like fucking Mega Man.
One of my sponsors, Regeneration Pittsburgh, they do IV drips and all kind of stuff. They put nutrition and all kind of stuff in you through an IV and stuff. I'm actually going to do one because they have one, because I'm not allowed to do any IVs like in and out of season because it's used to mask stuff.
Yeah.
But there's one, I think it's below 100 cc's, but there's one that they do at Regeneration 50 where it's 50 cc's. It's just, they just do like a BCAAs to help, and they just pump it right into you. It's just like a little needle this much. They just pump the BCAAs right into your vein and just goes throughout your body and stuff. So I need to set that up and get that done because they say it helps big time with like recovery and stuff like that.
That's definitely wild. So I mean, Saturday morning, 3 o'clock, you said you had to leave. Now what's it like? Walk me through it.
So now we get on the bus and all my coaches are there. My man Mark is there.
Churka?
Yeah,
okay.
Mark is there. And my coach, Dan, aka Master White Fang, and Chris, we're all going. And we just show up. And like I said, I'm in my Akimbo. I'm like, I'm very happy to be here. I'm just like in the mood. And I'm happy. But I'm also sinking in. I'm like sinking in. I'm sinking. I'm zoning. I'm sinking. I'm zoning. I'm sinking. And then we get in the back and I see my gear and stuff. I'm zoning. I'm sinking. Then like Romero's in the same corner. Anthony Pettis is in our same corner, in the same locker room as us. So they're all in there and stuff. And like there's a couple of people that fights before me. They're in there too, and they're getting ready. Then the fight start. Boom. And then you saw it. I was like, yeah, we need you to pee. So I have to like pee a whole bunch of pee, and it's taking forever. It took like an hour to pee. And then I finally get the amount of pee.
Do they watch you while you're pissing?
Yeah, they're like standing there. When they came to my house, I was like sitting there taking a shit, and the dude just stood there and watched me. Awkward. most awkward fucking feeling in the world.
I knew that they had to sit there and watch you.
They just once you start, they can't stop. They follow you everywhere.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
No, that's wild for sure. Now, while these people were in the back here, like everyone's in their own zone, right? People aren't like talking and shit like that. Right. Everyone's just getting in their zone.
Right.
Okay.
So like they're doing their stuff, and then it starts to sink in. I'm like, oh fuck, well I'm about to fight.
Yeah. How many fights were before you?
5, I think. Like, there was 2 on the prelims and 2 on the early prelims and 3 on the actual prelims. We were in the main event, so it was 5 before me. So like they're starting, and then so the fights start dropping. It's dropping. And then I start warming up, and I'm warming up. And I'm like, oh shit, I'm already, and I just feel like my body's already dialed in. And I'm warming up. My coach,
you felt good?
Yeah, I felt good. I grappled a little bit with Mark. I did a little this. I did a little that. We went over the game plan, like, you know, et cetera. Stay outside, make him make mistakes, and then like my plan was to push. My game plan was to stay outside, try to see if he can get him to make mistakes and capitalize on him.
Because what is his strengths?
He's power. He's a power puncher. Power. He has a brutal right hand. So our thing was we were like, just stay away from his right hand for the first like minute and a half, and then like force him, like do shit to get him off. Like don't let him get comfortable. I didn't know. I thought he was gonna come out and bum rush me. I know if it was me, and I have some guy that took a fight on 5-day notice, I'm coming out and I'm pushing the pace. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking overwhelm. I'm gonna fucking make this guy like a vomit of strikes in the first 20 seconds and make him feel really uncomfortable.
Yeah, because like, how do you adapt to that? You're just like, you're trying to keep to your game plan. And if these people are coming at you, you kind of like have to just like fight or flight.
And he didn't do that, and he allowed me to get like, as soon as I came in, I'm like, okay, we're gonna fight for the center. And he just gave up the center of the mat. I was like, oh shit, there's no fight. And I was like, okay. That's one battle. I'm like, I just won that. And then we're exchanging jabs, and he can't reach me with his jab. It said he was longer than me, but Joe Rogan was like, come on, it's long. Like, he even said, like, I swear he said my reach was 74. They say his reach was 76, but like, it didn't feel like that at all. Like, I had all the reach advantage.
Now rewind real quick for a second. Now, what did you walk out to?
I walked out to God's Plan. I wanted to walk out to Win by J Rock, because that's like my gym anthem.
Yeah.
But someone already picked that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they were like, someone else already picked it, so you can't come out. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? So I was going through my head what I wanted to come out to.
When did they ask you that?
Like 3 days before.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, oh man, what the heck? And then I was like, and I was like, all right, fine. And it has nothing to do with me. It's God's Plan. Fuck it. So I just went with God's Plan by Drake, and it just worked perfect because it just relaxed the shit out of me.
That's a good song.
Yeah,
it's a real good
awesome
song. And so I mean, you walk out there, and you get there. You have to fucking get all Vaselined up. You're getting in there, and it's like, did you have a chance to like take in what was going on, or were you just like autopilot?
I was already in fight mode.
Yeah,
and I thought it'd be something different, like it'd be a different to UFC fights completely, but it wasn't. It was the same shit. I stepped in the cage.
Yeah, put in the
fact,
blinders.
It was easy because the cages are short. They're lower. They're lower than like the cages on the regional circuit. They're like shorter.
Why is that?
I don't know, but they're like 5 feet tall. I was like taller than the cage.
That's a good point, I guess. Because
and I felt less compressed. I was like, oh, I can like run. I can like jump over this cage if I fucking really
you see
to.
Like Ngannou, and he's like he's like shoulders are outside.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you go to like for like a 247 cage, like their cage is taller than me. It's like higher.
That's a good point. I didn't even think about that.
I don't know why. Maybe to make people not feel as much pressure. Maybe just probably a psychological thing that goes into it. But as soon as I stepped in, I felt open, and I was like, oh.
Now
is regular?
Is the ring the same size?
No, it's fucking huge.
Okay,
it's huge.
And I didn't think it because them ones at 247 they're look small.
Oh yeah, most of the fights I think they're like 25 feet or whatever. Like
how big are the UFC ones? They're fucking like huge.
35 or 40 or 37 or something. There's a lot more space.
And who and how many? You had 4 people in your corner?
3 people.
3 people.
Yeah.
And jeez, my fucking palms are sweaty right now. And so you get in there, and you guys are fucking going at it, and it's like, what is time like for you? That's what I was curious about.
I'm calculating in my head, my whole head. I'm calculating. I'm like, boom, 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 boom.
Oh, really?
I can boom, 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 boom. I'm like, I can hear my heartbeat, and I'm calculating.
How important is it for you
Super
to know?
At least for that fight, I'm like, all right. let's see how long it's going to take him to get desperate. That was our game plan. We're like, let's draw him out. Let's see if we can make him. Let's use our advantage. We're older. We've been through a lot more wars. He has the UFC advantage. He's been there. He's more comfortable.
Yeah.
He's comfortable with the crowd. So like, we can't use that against him.
And you guys both looked like. You guys both looked like. I mean, obviously you knocked him out in the first round, but like it didn't look like he was like shown any signs of exhaustion. Neither did you.
No. So it was more of because no one, because like the crowd kind of started booing and stuff. But I'm sitting there like I'm playing a mind game.
Let me ask you about that. I'm sorry I keep interrupting you, but like as this shit is coming in my head, I need to ask you: for you to be a fighter in the UFC and you hear these fucking idiots,
I said to Devonte, I said, "Fuck them, we doing work." That's exactly what I said to him when they were booing. I said, "Fuck them, we're doing work."
That brings up another thing. Rogan made a comment because you guys you like smacked hands. Now I understand what you're doing with it. I mean, you obviously know this dude. You've trained together before, and like that's just if you roll it all, like I went to jiu-jitsu, slap hands and you just get it going. That's just like second nature to you.
I slap everyone's hands in fights. My cornerman screaming, "Stop!" I do it. I don't care. Everyone hates it. Yeah, I do it. I'm like, I don't care.
Now, are you worried about that ever? That like someone will just people will see that?
I did it with freaking Ward. I went to smack his hand. He wouldn't do it. I just left my hand out there. You know how much of a douchebag you look like someone puts their hand out? Yeah. And like you don't do it, and they just leave their hand out, and everyone's looking like. I mean, like I'm like, okay, do you really need to be angry to fight someone?
Yeah, that's a good point.
I don't need to be angry to fight. So I'm like, I signed a contract. My job, if you signed the contract to fight me, my job is to kill you.
Yeah,
like that's how I think of it. My job is to kill you, and the referee says I can only kill you with a certain set of rules. I can't stab you, I can't bite you, I can't pull a gun out and blow your head off. But there's a certain set of rules I can do, and I'm trying to kill you. It's the referee's job. That's what we pay him to make sure I don't kill you. Like that's how my brain process is. So I can touch your hand and then go right back to trying to kill you because I touch his hand, then I knock him the fuck out. Like that's I'm like I'm not touching my hand like let's not hurt each other. I'm touching your hand. I just acknowledge things like that worked. Like
it was interesting though because like I forgot about that until you just said while you were in there because I remember Rogan saying like that he was like his corner keeps telling him to not touch hands, he shouldn't do that, and I was like it was something interesting. But so you're in there and you're keeping this timing and you're keeping this pace and everything like that, and I mean obviously fighting is like chess and these fucking people boo.
Yeah,
Like, do you hear them boos?
Yeah.
And what do you think about them?
Like I said, I told Devon, I said, yo, fuck them. We doing work.
And I mean, like, do you think that, like, how do I want to say it? It's like, I mean, you got people that boo fucking Khabib and Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
And it's like.
I don't listen to the crowd. They're not in there.
Yeah. And it's crazy to me because
90% of people in the audience
just want to see a big knockout.
They just want to see someone die.
Yeah. That's it. But if those people like ever actually like rolled with someone for a second, I took I think 7 jiu-jitsu classes, and it gave me more respect for the entire sport than I've ever had in my entire life because in 10 seconds you're dead,
tired, and you're like, man, why the fuck? But I mean, like the people, it's a spectator sport, but like people, I guess because we were in a main event. But I did tell him, I'd say it's going to be calculated violence. It's not, I mean, like, when I fight, I kind of do. It depends. I know when to brawl. I used not to, but I know when to brawl and I know when to be calculated. I'm a world-class striker, and I know how to execute on that matter. Like, I truly believe that I am probably one of the most unique strikers. Like, not kickboxer, not boxer, not Muay Thai. It's just striking. My striking, meaning my ability to hurt people in multiple different ways. I'm one of the most unique guys in the world. Like, I'm world class. Like, I'm finally coming to that realization. Like, my head coach, Dan, was kind of like explaining this to me. He was like, when you do certain things, like people, like you don't understand, people are always behind on the curve. You know what I mean? Like when we get preparation for fights, and we're always like trying to game plan and do stuff, but we go in there and like people don't respond properly because they just don't know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah,
like, dude, they're just behind on the curve, and I'm so creative, and my brain, like the way that my brain is, like I'm a high level trap setter. If I'm doing something, I'm doing it, and I'm anticipating 5. I strike how people do jujitsu.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay, you know, that's
Setting
how people
things
play
up.
chess. That's how I strike.
Yeah, you're setting
everything
things up.
I'm doing is to calculate this.
Now, while you're doing all this in your mind, are you now? Do you like feel like whenever he hit you? I know he only hit you like kind of decent one time. Like, did you feel that?
No,
Okay.
it wasn't like enough to like.
And
make
your
me
adrenaline,
react.
I'm sure, is just insane.
Like the couple, like I pulled my hamstring before I fought Ward. I pulled my hamstring.
Yeah.
So when I fought him, I couldn't move as well. So my lead leg got lit up. My lead leg was hurt. But the Performance Institute, the lady that came there, she's amazing. She fixed my hamstring, but my leg was still just lumped up because I had just fought 3 weeks before. So when he was kicking my leg, those kind of hurt.
Yeah.
But they didn't hurt enough for me to have to stop. They just stung. I'm like, ow. Kind of like when you hit your knee off your bed or something. That's kind of like
Yeah, and you just
how it
kinda
felt.
just keep
Yeah,
walking
kind of
through
like, oh, that stings, but I can still move forward and do my stuff. So I mean, like I was trying to set up that left hook. It was the left hook wasn't supposed to hurt him as bad as it did.
yeah.
The uppercuts were supposed to hurt him really
Yeah.
bad. The uppercuts, like that's a combination that I do all the time. If I can get you to jump in, I'll counter with the left hook. I throw the right uppercut. There's like multiple. I'm supposed to shoot for a takedown off that double uppercut, knees, takedown, get on top of you. Like that's the game, and that was my game plan for that fight. Was once he start to come in, start to crowd him, and start to go into clinch work and start looking for takedowns. Like that was my game plan.
Did you watch any like footage from him before you fought him?
I watched all his fights. I was a fan. I was his buddy. I was my man. So I literally watched all of his fights.
That's a good point.
His last 5 fights. I literally watched all of them.
That's a good point. So you already kind of had
Yeah, all right.
I mean,
I watched his fights his fights in UFC. I watched a couple times simply because I was like, I wanted to see how I wanted to see how he fought and so like nasty. You know what I mean? So like his style is very, very similar to mine. Just it's not as
sharpened.
not even sharpened. It's not as complicated.
Oh, okay.
It's a little bit more basic. It's
Okay, I get what you're
phenomenally
saying.
basic, but it's not as complicated. He doesn't have as many tools in the box as I do. I have a lot of different
I
weapons.
like that
I can
expression
use.
a lot.
Yeah.
Tools in the box.
Yeah, like my repertoire for striking, I have multiple different coaches. I work with my head coach, Master Whitefang. That's my complete fighting style. Is all based off of everything that he does. Then I have my boxing coach, Chris Williams, and then I teach Muay Thai myself, Whitefang Muay Thai. So that's my version of my head coach's Muay Thai. I
your
take
own
his type of
flavor.
Muay Thai and I adjust it and fix it and change it and mix it up and adjust it properly. And then I let my man John Diaz, he holds pads for me too, and he's more of like traditional Muay Thai. So I mix all those together, and then I still shit. All of my training partners, I still shit. I just take shit and I take shit. And I'm kind of like, you could say, not writing my own style, but I'm like making my own system, a fundamental system of things that I run down and way that I do things.
Yeah, little things from every different style and shit
Right,
like that. Whatever
and
you
just
like,
apply
whatever
them,
you
make
do
them
well.
apply them, and I apply them for the way that I fight. So everything is always positioned over everything. Like I like to take a lot of shit from grappling and translate it into fighting, because if you don't do that in MMA, you'll have a problem.
Why is that?
Because if it's just like in grappling, it's position over submission, right?
Yeah.
So if you don't think that in striking, if you think power over quality, or
Yeah.
power over amounts of strikes, then that's how you do those guys be throwing one big bang and they're missing.
Yeah.
You're getting,
That makes
that's
a
how you
good
get countered.
point.
So my big thing is I'd rather throw 8 strikes than one big strike.
Yeah.
I'll throw
Okay.
8 strikes, and then once I throw 8 strikes, I see how you react to it. Then I'll throw 6 strikes and throw one devastating strike in the middle of it. And then I change the pace and I slow it down. I go backward. I mean, like it's like my striking style is kind of like syncopation. You ever heard of syncopation?
No.
Scott Joplin.
No.
You know Scott Joplin is?
No.
Ice cream music. Oh,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So when Scott Joplin created syncopation, like when he made the music of back then, like the music, everything was segregated and everything, but they said, because he was a black man who was making music like that, they said that he was faking. They put him in jail. He almost got put in jail for that style of music, because it's backwards. He's playing like the wrong notes on the piano, and
Really?
they see he was faking. Like, it's crazy. And now it's like the ice cream music.
Wow.
But that's
wild.
That's how my fighting style is. It's wrong. And like my coach always says that, he goes, if people, like most people can't catch on to that. They can't catch on to it's a broken rhythm. It's a broken
because
timing.
people are expected to do they're adapting to the right way to do things, but
Exactly.
you have your own way that might not be the right way.
Dude, I tell my students all the time. Okay, so when you hold pads for someone, the combination is jab, cross, hook. So if I'm holding pads, I'm used to catching punches, jab, cross, hook. The punches used to go on jab, cross, hook.
Yeah.
So I go jab, hook, cross.
You switch it up. So
jab, hook, cross.
Because people are used to jab, cross, hook.
Dude, you do that once, jab, hook, cross. Now the brain has to calculate. And as you're fighting, the brain has to calculate on the spot. So I go jab, hook, cross. I go cross, jab, hook. Now that's 2 different ways.
Yeah.
Now your brain's calculating like, shit, how do you do that? And then I go jab, hook, cross. But the jab, hook, cross doesn't feel like jab, hook, cross anymore because your brain is trying to pick up. Like you're trying to you're like a computer. Especially what your brain is, and your brain's trying to pick up all that shit on the fly. And then I see how you react to it.
Wow.
I don't just throw the punch. I see how you react to it, and then I add on and I add on.
That's crazy.
And it's weird because like when I explain it to some people, like it's hard because some people can get it, and then some people just fucking can't. And I'm like my brain when I fight and when I train, I use my brain like I'll like do something. I'll see how the person reacts, and I store it. And I do something, I see that person and I store it. And then I store it. And then when I fight, it's like a fucking... Remember in the Matrix when he asked for the guns?
Yeah.
That's how it is. And my brain goes... And I'm like, oh, all right, I'm going to go to this thing. As I'm working, I'm going to go to this
tools.
style. I'm going to go to this style.
Different tools.
And then I'm putting together and I mix them up. And then if something's not working, I change it up. I got to make it work. Something not working, I change it up. I got to make it work. I mean, it doesn't always work the way you want it to, but that's how... my brain works. I have so much different things I can dip into.
Now, speaking on that, it's like you have a corner.
Yes.
Now, while you're fighting, are you able to hear what they're saying?
I am. You ever hear Mike Perry when he was like, shut up?
Yeah.
I know, dude, that's exactly how the fuck it is.
Yeah.
Because I slapped his hand, I hear my corner, don't do that. I'm sitting like, ah, damn it, Chris. I'm like, I know I'm fucking fighting Chris because Chris like, you're not his fucking friend. Yeah. And like he was trying to get like, you're not his friend right now. Right now you guys are fighting. I'm like, I know. But like my corner, they see what I listen to my corner because they can see things better. They wanted me to set something up, it just wasn't quite there. They wanted me to do a little bit more volume, but again, it was so early in the fight. I know he was back. I could see that he was waiting for me to reach, and I'm like, if I reach too early, he's gonna counter.
Yeah.
So I need to get him to reach, and that's how I caught him. I got him to reach. He jumped in, his feet slipped forward. He threw the overhand right. I'm fucking gonna hit this motherfucker, and I caught him.
Now, what did that feel like?
It felt like he tripped.
Oh, really?
I was like, fuck, I missed the uppercuts. I thought he tripped, so I'm going to jump on him to win the round. And I'm like, I'm going to pound him, I'm going to win the round. And then I'm like, ooh, what the fuck? I'm like, the referee's... And I'm like, oh, shit. The first thing I thought was, oh, shit, I just won by knockout. And I run, and I get up, and I start screaming. I start mumbling a whole bunch of shit. I don't even know. I was like mumbling like real words.
Your face was insane.
Yeah, I was like pure fucking like rage and emotion and power and all kind of shit.
Oh, I got chills
I felt
again.
like fucking, what's his name? Havoc.
And you fucking hop on that cage.
And I'm over the cage.
Yeah.
And I almost just like crowd surfing, just hop into the
That's what I'm saying. I was like, usually people win, they'll hop up on the cage, and you just went right over.
I was like, oh shit. And then as I'm looking in the audience, I see the Black Beast. And my brain kicks back to reality. And I'm like, oh, the Black Beast. I love the Black Beast.
Yeah,
so it was kind of
Lewis.
cool. So that kind of like brought me back. Like I was lucky that brought me back down. I'm like raging out. I'm like, oh shit. And then when I get in there, the excitement kicks in because now it's over. It's like,
yeah, you did.
and
it.
I'm like, oh shit. I just get won by knockout on my
First
fucking
round.
5 days. First round knockout against a fucking rising star, destroyer, fucking finisher. Yada, yada, yada. I'm thinking, I'm like, oh shit. Like, as for fighting, my biggest fight day for fighting, I think was 15 and 15 or 17 and 17. And I'm like, oh shit. I just made $2,200, That's what I'm thinking about. Then I go, oh shit, I can make 50 grand. That's a first round knockout.
Right.
I'm sitting there thinking, like, God damn, I just tripled my yearly salary, and my brain's running like $1 million. And I'm like, oh shit. And then I'm like, oh shit, I'm about to talk to Joe Rogan. And then that kicks in like, oh shit, that's
that
right.
I
get to talk to Joe Rogan.
Me and Dylan were watching it at his house with like a group of us, and I have your 20% of my winnings because I won money off you. I knew that you fought, and I bet $100 on the money line that you were going to win outright. So I won 400 off that. And then I won like I won 350 off that. And then I bet money that you were going to knock him out. And then you fucking knocked him out. So and usually if I bet on fights, I have a terrible record.
My boy told me the same thing. He's like, dude, you didn't bet. And like, dude, I didn't bet. I had a bad thing.
I have the worst record.
My homie bet. He said his boy put 2,500 some shit. His boy got money
on you.
Yeah, and he made by knockout. God. He made like I think he made like 18 grand or some shit.
Yeah,
something
he had to
fucking insane because the Meadows was doubling people's bet. I mean, the Rivers were doubling people's bets. And it was nuts. And so many people are like, oh, I was just betting money.
Because I think it was 475. I think the odds at knockout was 475 or something like that.
His odds were really high for knockout.
Yeah. I can't remember what yours were for knockout, but I put money on there and usually, I bet on, Conor and Jose Aldo.
Yeah.
I was like, I got 50 on Jose Aldo. I was like, there ain't no way. And then I lost in 2 seconds. Yeah, I was like,
damn it.
Fuck. And it's just an ongoing joke. Dylan will just laugh at me because I lose. But I ended up winning. I was like, what the fuck just happened? And we were just so fucking pumped, and we were watching this, and then I heard you. I see you. You're just waiting there, and I see you look at this. Oh shit! I'm about to talk to Joe Rogan.
Yeah, because it kicked in. I'm like, oh, unreal. Shit, that's right. It was just like I'm excited. I'm happy. Like I said, I'm thinking about the money. I'm thinking about all this stuff. I'm thinking about my family and my gym and all the kids watching, all the students watching, how good it'll be, and the morale builder will be. And then I get kind of selfish. I go, oh shit! Yeah, dude. I get to talk to Joe Rogan. That's cooler than anything else. Is I get to fucking speak to Joe Rogan, man.
And that, how do you even think about what to say? Like,
I didn't, and it all just came out because, like, even in my interviews afterwards, like,
that motivational one.
And people were like, and the promote, like all everyone from the press was like, that's so cool. And the one guy was like, did you plan that? And I was like, plan what? I'm listening, and I just feel like I came again. I'm like, I'm just really happy to be here.
Because obviously in the ring was dope. Talking to him was dope. You said a whole bunch of dope shit in there, and then you did another recording. I guess you were in the back,
right in the back. Yeah, I did like 12 interviews. Like I walked around, and just did interview after interview.
Well, the one you did in the back tunnel that I saw that everyone was posting on Facebook was like fucking motivational. You're like, I've been doing this for years. It's like I never quit what I wanted to do. I fucking got here. Anyone could do this. Just fucking keep working. And I got chills again. And it was just like, to hear all this shit, I never understand how people that just like fought one of these crazy fights could have these fucking like do these pressers after and like even keep shit together.
I mean, like that was just me. I mean, like that's just everyone that knows me knows that I'm like a big positive energy type person.
Absolutely.
I'm real big. I only thrive on. I tell people all the time, if what you're asking or talking about or dealing with doesn't improve humanity, I don't fuck with you.
Yeah.
Like I just don't fuck with negativity. I don't give you my family. I don't give a fuck. I like get the fuck away from me. Negativity is cancerous and it'll spread and it'll just go all over the place. So for me, I'm like, I shut any type of negativity off. Like I don't even watch the news. I tell my girl, I'm like, I don't watch the news. Like I can't watch the fucking news.
It's fucking miserable. Because if you put it on, you're in a fucking.
And next thing you know, then like if you sit there and you just dwell on all the fucked up shit that can and will and is happening, I'm like, but there's so much good things I'm like going on. I'm like, I'd rather sit there and play with my baby than watch the news. Nope.
Absolutely.
So I was like, nope, I don't watch the fucking
news. That's
what
I was saying. I don't ever talk about politics on here.
No, because it's there's always there's a different point of view from everyone.
But not even that. It's just turn on the fucking news. People, we get this shit jammed down our throat whether we want it or not on Facebook. Because
all the time.
People just have to put their fucking opinions on there. I want people to listen to shit like this and be able to get away from it all and have some sort of positivity through something different. I had a girl in here yesterday, or I interviewed a girl yesterday. She's fucking fighting stage 3 sarcoma, some different kind. I cannot remember. But like online, she runs like a fucking eyelash business, all right? Runs an eyelash business, posts pictures, she's like super, she's super good looking and everything like that, online and everything like that, but she's, 18 months ago, she's fucking bald, looks like powder. And, you ever see that movie Powder?
Yeah.
It looks like that. Yeah. And it's just like, she is so fucking like inspiring to me because like, she's going through all this shit, but still comes out with a positive message. So I wanted to talk to her about like what it's like, because usually people have like, people have an experience with like, maybe an older loved one with cancer, someone older, but like to have some young girl that's like thriving and doing all this stuff get hit with all this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I want people to be able to listen to this shit and get something else positive without like, not just the
typical standard
the typical shit.
The stuff that makes you feel
exactly
like just as like I'm like my big thing is I'm like, yo, it's like there's just so much better things going on.
Yeah.
There's just, I mean, like, look at, I told people, if you're having a fucked up day, look at fucking earth porn. Like, chill the fuck out and look at earth porn.
Look
like,
at,
I mean, like,
good.
I look at that shit and be like, holy fuck, this is a real place.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, this really exists.
Wild
I need to get the
stuff.
fuck out of Pittsburgh. I mean, when people are like, oh, well, this, I'm like, dude, look at earth porn and see the things that you don't fucking know or don't know exist in the world. The size of trees you don't know exist. Like, just the things that you could actually experience that can take your mind off of this bullshit that isn't reality. Like, it's not fucking real. Like, It's not real. Get away from that shit. You have to like separate. Because I'm like, unless you can separate yourself, if you get drugged into, like, you got to. Because like people will get caught up and it's just like, and that's what fighting has always been for me. It's always been a self-expression of just creativity. It's always it's a learning process. I'm not saying negativity as in the sense of bad things happen.
Yeah.
But negativity as in a sense of there's just always gloom. Like there's like
people
like
always want to be like, woe is me. Like point out they want to highlight the low
bad
shit.
I'm like, dude, yes, there's fucked up shit. Like if I wreck my car, I instantly be like, oh fuck, I'm about to get a new car.
Yeah.
That's what my brain thinks.
Yeah, I'm a glass half full guy.
Dude,
100%.
Because
you gotta be.
You will always fucking see the glass half empty and be like, whoa, man. Like,
yeah, and like,
whoa, man.
If me and my wife are like looking at, sometimes we'll look at houses and shit like that, and like things just sometimes not even houses, but things just might not go our way. It's like I never try to focus on the negative shit because it's like, what is it even going to help? It's like you're sitting there.
What did you do? You just use energy.
Yeah,
on
you're
something
wasting
that doesn't
your
even fucking
energy.
exist. I'm like,
exactly.
I tell my students that, like my younger students, about fear. I'm like, yo, if you're worrying about, I'm like, okay, you guys are about to spar. Where are you scared? I'm about to get hurt. I'm like, wrong thing. Like, you're not really going to get hurt. You've done this a million times.
Yeah.
You've never been fucking hurt. You're not going to get hurt. You can't really get hurt. You might get dinged up a little bit, but you're not going to get hurt. I'm like, you're not going to get really
You're living.
hurt.
You're still doing this.
I'm like, but you're already you're giving power, like that Will Smith movie, what was it?
Pursuit of Happiness.
No. World One or whatever, with him and his son in it. When they're
Pursuit
like
of Happiness.
No, not when they're younger. When they're older,
the sci-fi one.
Yeah. It was the movie was okay, but their concept, the thing that how he talked about fear, he was like, fear is the acknowledgement of something that hasn't even fucking happened.
Yeah. Exactly. You don't even know if it's going to happen.
It's not, like people hate me when I talk like this. I'm like, but if you really think about it, fear is acknowledgement of something that hasn't happened. Now, understand that something's dangerous. If I fucking run into the fucking zoo and get in there with the lions and bears and shit, that's dangerous.
Yeah.
But I shouldn't have a fear of going to the zoo and like a lion attacking me.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Exactly.
Right now, everything we fucking do is fear tactics. I'm like, yeah. Like you take the worst scenario case, and you're just like, bang, you can get hit by a car. Yeah, motherfucker. People die by getting hit by a car every day. That doesn't mean I'm not gonna fucking drive my car.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like that but if you think like that, your whole day would be consumed. I mean, like you can like. I'm like, yo, don't watch 1,000 Ways to Die. You'll never do anything. You'll never have sex. You'll never drive a plane. You'll never do fucking anything because you'll always be sitting there thinking like, oh fuck, I can die.
It's so wild because like I feel like people that people that fight and are into from like an outsider's perspective, like people that don't ever watch this and kind of understand like the background of it, it's like people just see two dudes in there beating each other up and they're like, these fucking dudes are animals, savages. And you're like, yeah, but like you don't see like after whenever they like bow to each other and they're hugging each other and like they love each other for what they're doing in there, and like it's respect. It's all it is. And that's why I enjoy it. It's like, my wife will watch it and she'll be like, this is fucking crazy sometimes. I'm like, yeah, but like kind of like understand what they're doing. It's like they like
embrace. We like as fighters, not to cut you off, but like as fighters, we embrace. Not just as fighters, just certain people. I always try to tell people you should embrace being uncomfortable. And fighting that's all it is. I embrace being uncomfortable. It's
being
just
uncomfortable
situation.
It
Getting
makes
comfortable
change.
being uncomfortable. Yeah. I'm like, and then because of that, I can deal with all kind of things throughout my life. I'm like I said, my ex-girlfriend, she was always really big on like, so what are you gonna do in like 10-year plan? I'm like, you know, I was like, I'm like a big philosopher type guy. I'm like, oh, you know, I'm just gonna blow, and people would hate that. I'm like, well, technically, if I'm doing the best, if I know I'm putting in the work,
Yeah.
and I'm doing the best I can to get somewhere,
Yeah.
then that means I'm going to get exactly where I'm supposed to be.
Exactly. Whatever is going to happen is going to happen.
There's literally no fucking way around it. And if you think like that, that's why I came out to God's plan. I was like, whoa, I have no control over this.
Yeah.
If it's supposed to happen, it's going to happen. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. I mean, like,
that's how I feel. I mean, even with dumb shit, like, you know, like houses, like we've been looking for houses, like there ain't nothing out. I'm just like, you know, it's going to happen whenever it's going to happen.
Dude, I always tell people, Curious Case of Benjamin Button. I always bring people that.
I've never seen it. And I need
God,
to. Dylan,
dude.
Listen,
there's
Dylan,
a scene in the movie.
He hit me a week ago and he was like, hey, you need to watch this.
Dude, there's a scene where something happens to the chick, but they explain it. And they're like, because this guy got up late and this guy missed the bus and this. And they like all that had to line up for this to happen.
Yeah.
So like it's kind of like that artwork where you're looking up and you can't see, but when you step back, it's a picture. Like it may seem a random pattern, but really there's a chaos theory in everything. So for me, I'm always just like,
I believe in that shit.
I just let shit go.
I believe in it.
And when you let it go, it's my older brother was the one that kind of like really got me understanding to do things like that. When you let shit go, then shit goes in the plan because you're not trying to plan shit.
Yeah.
Like when I was trying to get to the UFC, I couldn't get there. When I stopped trying to get to, I'm like, yo, I swear, like when I stopped thinking about like planning and overthinking and thinking every fight, I need to get to UFC. This is a UFC fight. Like when I did that, I overfought. I didn't fight the fight. I fight to get to UFC. It's kind of like when you're fighting not to lose.
Yeah.
Like, you know, your brain, your approach to everything is different.
It's wow.
So like that's just, it's just like my big thing is like you said, it's going to happen. So just go with it. If you don't want to do it, don't do it.
Yeah.
If you're going to do it, then fucking go with it. Like,
100%.
Like you know, look, as long as you understand the consequences and repercussions of what you're going to do.
Yeah.
Yes, you calculate them. Do you still want to do this? Yes, then fucking go. End the story.
Now, I mean, so, okay, back on this track here. You won, you're in the back, you're doing all these pressers and shit like that. What is it after you win?
Nuts. My leg is hurt. I'm like, fuck. That motherfucker kicked the fuck out of my already sore leg. I'm
Did you talk to him back there?
No, I didn't talk to him back there because like it was just real weird.
Okay, that's, I mean, like, I don't know what that's like back there.
I just talked to him for the first time the other day. He hit me up. He's like, man, because I sent him a big message like, yo, dog. I was like, yo, chill out. I was like, man, don't freak out. Don't overthink this. I'm like, you're 26. I'm like, when I was 26, I'm like, my first big loss, I'm like, I got paid $500. I'm like, dude, you got paid mad fuck. I'm thinking paid like $20,000. I'm like, $26,000. Dude, you got mad money. You're in a, think about, there's a lot of people in a lot shittier places than you, fighters trying to get there. You
26.
lost the UFC fight.
He could be 33
Yeah,
now.
I'm like, dude, you're a big fucking deal. You lost the UFC fight. You're a fucking savage. I'm like, get back on. I'm like, you know, I want us to get back to, because we used to always bullshit around on Instagram and shit. So I'm like, yo, I want to get back to that. You know what I mean? Like, I know we probably won't be training anytime soon or not. I'm like, but let's just get back, you know, just being normal. Yeah. But he did get back to me. He's like, yeah, it just took me a minute. Like, you know, it's a humbling feeling. It's weird. Like, I don't hate you or anything. It's strange. And he's like, no, if we ever fight again, I'm going to have to whoop your ass. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yeah,
that's good.
Exactly the fuck I would want to hear.
That got to feel good to be able to be like, you know, like, it's there's a quote that says, courage is measured by keeping heart in the vision of defeat or something like that. I butchered the fuck out of it, but I can't remember what it was. But I always read it, and it says it's like to be able to be. I don't know. I've never fought, obviously. So
right.
I'm a fucking civilian. I'm just some fucking kid, you know, overweight kid that's talking about fighting, and you're a fucking dude that's in there killing it. But it's like you see people like. For instance, like a Ronda Rousey type thing. Like, she's always been on top, lost once, and then like it kind of seemed like that she was just like
defeated.
Like broken and defeated. Like she would never be able to come back. But like you said, I mean, like dude's 26. Like, why can't he go out next fight and beat the fuck out of someone?
I mean, I'm pretty sure he's freaking. That's exactly what he should do. I'm hoping that's what he does. And I mean, it's just fighting is weird. It's a real chest tester. Some people have it and some people don't.
Yeah.
Now some people are athletes. There's a difference between being an athlete. Like, not saying that being an NBA player or a hockey player or a basketball player or a football player is different, but fighting takes a lot out of you. I've been knocked out 5 fucking times. It takes a lot. Because first you have to tell yourself, all right, that wasn't me.
Yeah.
That was me, but that wasn't me. I can be better than that.
Yeah.
And when you're fighting, every time you fight, you have to be the baddest person on the planet.
Yeah.
And then you have to come back for being the baddest person on the planet after you just got knocked the fuck out. And
like,
now
what's that feel like?
Oh man, social media, you're immortalized. Right? You're immortalized. Like, you're fucking knocked out. You're like, oh, they're making memes. Like, oh, you don't see a dead body. You're like, oh, fuck, damn.
Body.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You're on social media. You look like, god damn. And I know it's really rough for him. That's why I hit him up and explained it to him. Because I'm like, so like, it's fucked up. Because I'm like, fuck. I'm trying to enjoy my moment. Right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, fuck. Every time I'm like sharing something, I'm like, he's friends with me. Everyone he knows is friends with me. It's all being shared, and he's just fucking seen it just shoved down his face. And I'm like, fuck. I'm like, it's a hard feeling, but it's the sport. I mean, but
if he won, it would be the same way.
Right,
just
and that's
opposite.
and
you have to be okay with that.
And that's just
part of the game. I guess.
That's why I would never want to fight a friend again, because I would never want to send another friend through that feeling, because I know it fucked with him. Yeah. I mean, like, I know if I would have lost to him, it would have fucked with me.
Had to have.
Like, it would have fucked with me completely. So I'm completely understanding why it's fucked with. And for him, if I would have lost, it would have been a little bit more acceptable. Everyone
4 or 5 days notice.
5 days notice. Yeah. Fucking his first UFC fight. This guy's killed his last. But for him to lose, it was kind of just like world-ending type thing. And that's why I had to message him like, dude, it's really not. It's just a fucking fight.
Yeah.
Like, don't ever... I know he didn't underestimate me. So I'm like, I know you didn't underestimate me. Yeah. I know you know what type of fighter I am. So you respect it and you know what I bring. Like, I'm like, you fucking train with me. You know exactly what the fuck I'm capable of.
Yeah.
You know? But it was just always, I mean, for me, it was just like, I had to like make sure I get that message to him, because he is younger. I saw a lot of myself in him. He's just a lot more successful than I was. Like I said, than I was at that age. I was fucking working at Steak and Shake and shit. Like, fuck, I was driving Lyft a year and a half ago just to keep my gym open. Like, I'm fucking driving Lyft after an 8-hour shift for 6 hours just to make sure I have money to keep my gym open so I can pay all my employees and still push my business.
It's so fucking dope, dude. It really is. So sick. So, I mean, like, you win, you know, you're recovering after this shit. I mean, like, do you go out, you celebrate?
We're on our bus. I got to meet the Black Beast. I'm in the back, and like, I meet
you
Shaq.
did? How was that?
Oh, it's fucking awesome. I got to meet Shaq. I got to meet Mac Bleed. I got to meet Max Holloway. It was weird. I kind of went up to like shake Mac Holloway's hand, and it was like weird. And someone called my name, and I kind of like didn't shake his hand, and he was kind of like, I was like, oh, should I like run over and give him a hug? It was so fucking weird, because like everyone wanted to like talk to me.
Yeah.
Like, then I fucking saw Terrence Crawford, and everyone. Yeah. It was weird because I'm in the back. And everyone's back to like all these famous people, yada yada, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Mickey Ward, all these people around.
Yeah.
And Terrence Crawford like walks around the back, and no one says anything, and I scream really loud like, "Oh fuck, that's Terrence Crawford!" I'm like, "Yo, y'all don't fuck!" And I like run over Terrence Crawford, and he's like, "Fuck yeah, good fight!" And like takes a picture. I'm like, "Yo, this is fucking." Like, Terrence Crawford's the fucking juice, man. That dude's a bad fucking dude. He switches it, stands up, and everything. So it was just really cool just to see people. And then, like, the biggest one I would say was Masvidal. I met Masvidal before my weigh-ins, and I was talking to him about, I mean, before I had to wait, before I fight, like, before weigh-ins, I was talking with Masvidal. He's super cool. I got a picture. Me and my coach, we've been stealing shit from Masvidal for a long time.
Yeah.
Because we like his style. He's a very fluid striker. He stops takedown. He's really crisp. He's really different. His range is different. His timing's different. So we stole a lot of stuff from Masvidal a long time. We've been stealing his shit forever and putting it into
that boy's been fighting in the backyard with Kimbo.
Yeah. So,
you know what I mean? That's crazy.
He's a fighter. And that's what my head coach, Master Wife, always say. He goes, he's a fighter. So you're a fighter.
Yeah.
Your heart first. Everything else is worked in. Heart first. Some people are skill first, heart second. I'm heart first, skill second.
Yeah.
So we took shit from other people to add on to my style. So I saw Masvidal. He was the only person. I mean, I saw DC, everybody. He was the only person that I allowed myself to get a picture with. I was like, yo, come on. I'm like, yeah, fuck this Masvidal. I'm like, I gotta get a picture. I'm like, I might not see him. He's not on the card. I took a picture and I told him what's going on. He's like, yeah, man, go in there and handle your business. And then I saw him laughed right after my fight as I'm walking through the back, and he was like, he had these cameras following him. He's like, yo, you said you were gonna fucking put on a fight the night before, and like you did that shit. He was like super excited and like thrilled to see that I like did exactly. And I was like, sick. It was such a dope feeling to have such a fucking like iconic type fighter be like, yo, you said you were gonna do one thing, you did it, and he was like, that's gangster. I was like, fuck yeah, man, that was awesome shit. Like, it was pretty fucking cool, so man. Sick, that was a pretty.
Now, after
awesome
you win
moment.
and you're back there, like, do you watch the rest of them card? Do you watch the rest of the card?
Yeah, you go back to like so I went back. Like I said, my legs starting to hurt. I'm like, oh fuck, I'm talking shit. I'm talking. I'm like, and then I'm jumping, I'm moving, I'm jumping, I'm moving. I'm like, ooh, ooh, shit, my legs fucking hurting. And then like after anytime you fight, your shoulders and shit hurts.
Yeah,
because you're exploding the target, you're hitting, you're exploding, you're twitching everything, so everything starts kicking in. Like fuck, should have took an ibuprofen, but I didn't. I don't really do pills, but I'm like, I should have took an ibuprofen.
Do they do like? Do you have to go through like medical after?
Yeah, the doctor came out and he checked on me like, oh, your knee, like it's just like he just the legs a little bit tender because you got kicked on the side. Like nothing major. They shifted me around. Like anything hurt, like your head hurt. I'm like, nah, like I didn't get hurt. The phenomenal thing was my hand was hurt from my last fight. And the guy that wrapped my hands up, that motherfucker wrapped my hands up to a point that, like, my hands felt better after the fight. I told my boxing coach, because my boxing coach, Chris, was like, yo, this the same dude that wrapped up Adam. And he goes, fucking amazing. He wrapped my hands up, and he's, like, talking while he's doing the Mexican dude. He's talking about this bullshit. These motherfuckers, man, he's talking, he wrapped my hands up. I'm like, yo, and he cut shit. And I'm like, I felt like fucking Thanos. I'm like, this fucking shit is fucking nuts, dude. And he was like, are you a puncher or a grappler? I'm like, punch. He said, we're going to give you a puncher hand. And it just felt like a fucking cast on my hand. Like, holy shit, dude.
That's so sick.
So I'm getting back in the back and all this stuff is happening. And then like we go back there and we go back to the green room where like just like they lay out food. And
how was it?
And it was good. I mean, like, this is regular food. I'm fucking jumping. I'm freaking out. So I'm cheering people on to get decisions. Because now I'm kind of like going, I'm like, yo, I want fucking money. I'm like, fuck yeah, I want that 50 grand. So I'm cheering on everybody to get the decision. Then Yusuf gets a knockout. I'm like, fuck, his knockout was nice. Yeah. And then I remember Romero was the big one I was worried about. I'm like, fucking Romero and Costa, someone's gonna fucking kill somebody. But they won the decision. Yeah. But it was such a good fight. I'm like, fuck, that's still a fucking fight.
That's so weird though, because like you would think, because he's a fucking animal.
Dude, I got to meet Romero.
Oh, what's he look like in real life?
A fucking dinosaur.
Yeah,
he's prehistoric.
He looks like he's like carved out of marble.
Dude, nah, lava rock. Like old fucking Kamehameha lava rock from Hawaii. Fucking, he's the most chill. Goes, good shit, bro. Good fight, bro. Sick. Like I do a Romero impersonation all the time, right? I walk around my gym. Sometimes I'll talk the whole day in it. My girl hates it. Everyone's dying. I just do my Romero. Like, oh, man, I was doing it, bro. Get back on your shit, bro. Eh? You say you help me. You say bad words to me. I say, see you soon, boys. So I do all fucking day long, right? But I didn't want to do it when I was in the back. I'm like, shit, Romero might take offense to this shit and start choking me or some shit.
He might take offense.
I'm like, it's gonna take like 8 motherfuckers to pull this dude. I'm gonna be dead.
So wait, like you said, fight of the night. That's of both cards? They don't have like a preliminary fight of the night.
No, it all goes on the same. It all goes on the same card. They pick 3. I think three from the same card.
Okay, because didn't they change something where they don't have fight of the night? It's
performance of the night. You get 3 performances of the night.
Okay, that's what I thought.
There's no knockout or sub where it's just 3 performance of the nights.
And so, I mean, that whole main card was fucking insane.
Just everybody's beating the shit out of everybody, all that.
Fucking Jorge Masvidal caves in, Ben Askren's fucking head.
That wasn't that card.
No, that was a different card. That was.
Right. I was about to say,
that wasn't the same card.
Pettis fought.
That was.
Pettis fought.
Yep, and
Nate Diaz.
Yeah, Diaz fought, so, and Stipe and DC.
Right, and then there was there was
Joe Romero.
Freaking Romero and them. And then there was Brunson. Brunson was on that card.
That's
too.
it, Brunson.
Right, Brunson, and then and Yusuf was the first fight. He won by knockout.
Because Romero fought Apollo Costa, right?
Yeah, he fought Costa. Okay, yeah. They were right before Nate Diaz, because Nate Diaz didn't were the co-main event.
Yeah, insane too.
And there's like crazy fights. So we're in the back. I'm cheering them on. I'm like, decision. And then the fight's over. And they're like, okay. Luckily, I was able to get my girl. My manager was like, oh, no, they can get her and bring her back. Like, you're allowed to bring her back. So they went and got her. And it was funny because my man Kirk was like, yo, he called me. He goes, yo, can you tell them that I'm Mark's wife? we were all like fucking laughing and shit. So we were like, okay. So him and my brother my brother Kirk and my man Ryan, they're all out there, and I'm at my girl, and they're like, okay, fighters, we're gonna drive you guys back on the charter. So we're going back to get on the charter, and that's where I met Arnold Schwarzenegger and stuff, and they're there in the Black Beach back there out there talking. And then like my brother and them, they could barely get a ride because there was like 3 different events going on that night. The fucking city's insane. Yeah. So we got on the bus and we leave, and then like as we're on the bus, my manager texts Mark and was like, yo, come, I got the bonus. So I'm on the bus. I'm like, fuck it! I was screaming on the bus and shit. And then
That's
there's
so
like, there's a couple other fighters on there, and they were like, good shit. And like, even Yusuf's corner told me, like, they're like, yo, good shit, man. Like, I hope you get the bonus. Just because like it was just like, and that's the coolest thing where all of the fighters were just so welcoming. Like they're like, so they know I was kind of nervous, and they're like, "Oh, dude, nah, fuck yeah, man. You have fun, be relaxed and stuff." Like
they're probably in this. I mean, like
cool.
they're obviously in the same. They were in that same position before.
Exactly.
They're scared. Fucking.
There's
first
another
time.
kid there. Actually, another guy's not a kid. He's a little younger than me, but he's a grown ass man. But he fought the guy that missed weight. The guy missed weight. He beat him. He still beat him. He fought an undefeated guy that missed weight. He whooped his ass. I think his name was Corey. I think his name.
Oh, really?
And he was coming up from 125 to 135, and the guy missed weight by like 7 pounds. He still fought him. So he's beating him. He's a phenomenal fighter. But he was telling me, I think he fought Renan Barão when his first fight in the UFC was against Renan Barão on 6-day notice. He finished Renan Barão. So he's like, dude, just fucking take full advantage. Like, I know exactly where you're at. Like, I've been exactly at that point. Like, take full advantage of it and shit. So everybody was just super
so dope to hear that.
cool and like relaxed, and like we're like all about just making sure they're like, dude, it's just another fight. Like,
That's
even
so sick to hear.
Who else was it? DC was just like, he's like, oh, dude, it's just like, dude, the media and all this shit, and like, this is all, they're like, don't like this shit. It's just.
Did you think that fight was gonna go how it went?
I thought DC was gonna knock him out.
Me too. I put money on it too.
Now DC's father passed 5 days after, or a couple days after.
Yeah.
So I'm not making excuses. DC didn't make excuses, but I know that means he wasn't all there.
Yeah, I mean, like, he probably knew that he was in bad health.
Yeah, I mean, his dad was probably, because he was kind of weird. Like, everyone that I talk with, they say DC's always, like, really, but he was just kind of, like, not in the mood for media. He's like, man, yeah, Vince, like, it may seem cool now. He goes, you'll get, this media shit gets on you. You just want to fight, man. Like, it's just another fucking fight. Don't overthink the media and all that shit. So I was like, I'm pretty sure he was probably had a lot of shit going on in his mind. Yeah. DC's a fucking warrior. He's been around for, like, I've always been, like, a real big John Jones. I still am a big John Jones fan. When I watched that 30 for 30 with DC, I found I had a newfound respect for just the type of person that he is. Like, just the fucking warrior concept that he brings. And the motherfucker's old.
Yeah.
And he's doing this shit. He's old and he's like fucking still grinding.
He's an animal.
He's a bad motherfucker.
He is an animal.
He's a bad fucking dude.
I thought it was so dope that John Jones hit him up and was like, everything aside. Like, and that's a perfect example. Like, even them two, who are the epitome of just like, fuck you, you piece of shit.
Yeah, but that's transit. That goes past everything else.
I know, and that's what's
only person I think would be ignorant enough to do some ignorant shit like that would be Kobe Covington.
I was just gonna say, what do you think about him?
Because when he talked about Robbie Lawler, when he said Robbie Lawler, you should have learned from your boy Matt Hughes. Don't get in front of the train. I'm sitting there like, you would say some shit like that's the shit to get you shot in the parking lot.
Yeah,
like that's just rude. You don't bring shit like that into a sport. Like, people always ask me, like, do you think God in the cage? No, because I think God got more important shit to do than fucking worry about me and some fucking sport.
Yeah,
I'm like, there's kids dying. There's like cancer. I'm like, there's too much. I don't think God's like, whoa, my motherfucker, come on, about to throw down. Right. Hold your horses. I gotta watch this. I'm like, no. I guess what I do is a big deal, but I don't be like, oh God, I'm like, God, I'm like, we got bigger shit to worry about. I'm doing a sport.
Yeah. Exactly.
And like, people are like, but don't do. I'm like, I wouldn't even want God to put extra attention to me because there's more important shit going on. Handle that shit. Don't fucking worry about me, dude. I'm just trying to make some money. Like, There's people who are just trying to exist, like just simply exist, like handle him, like so.
People don't even have lights.
Yeah, I'm like
fucked up.
Exactly.
That's
so
a good point, though. It is.
That's where my brain is. So like I'm always thinking like I'm.
That is fucked up that he said that about Hughes, because like that interview of Hughes just crying, talking about it is just like, how can you? Like, I mean, how can you dislike the dude?
I mean, like even if you did dislike him, you'd be like, damn, that's fucked up. That's
it is.
Real
It's
life
fucked
shit.
up.
And and like Cody just, I didn't even like when I was out there. Cody Covington was there, and I just walked right past him. I didn't want to even meet him. I'm like, I didn't want to meet him.
There was something. Someone said something. It might have been on a podcast. Rogan was at the weigh-ins or something, and everyone just started booing, and he was like, "Well, I guess Colby Covington just walked in the building."
I mean, like it's just like even like Henry Cejudo, like Henry Cejudo is nowhere near as bad as Cody Covington, but it's fake. And even with Cody Covington, they say that's not really him. So
well,
I'm like,
did you ever watch? You know who Brendan Schaub is?
Yeah.
So Brendan Schaub has this thing called the Food Truck Diaries, and he had Colby on there, and Colby, wearing a fucking suit jacket, "Make America Great," had the belts, and he had these two girls that he brought with him.
That he pays to like.
I know, and Brendan Schaub was like, he got him out of the character. He was like, he basically was like, dude, I know, like, we know that this is a character.
This isn't you. This is like pro wrestling
and
character.
He kind of pulled it off, and he was like, well, I just know what people want. I know people want the dickhead heel, pretty much, and it was cool to see that side of him.
I know, and that's the fucked up thing. It's like, shit. So I'm like, okay, so who's Cody Covington at home? Cody Covington probably loves cats and shit. Yeah. He probably has a happy music playing like that. He's like waking up and everything's like, fuck. Shit, I gotta put my asshole mask on.
Yeah.
And you're like,
It probably got to be exhausting.
Depressing, exactly.
Gotta be exhausting to always put that on.
It's kind of like, even like that's what they say kind of happened around Ronda Rousey, because her badass persona, like that wasn't really her.
Yeah.
So then she had to wear that all the time, and then you're like, oh, you got to be a badass all the fucking, like, just be yourself. I'm like, I'm vulnerable. Like I tell people all the time, like I'm vulnerable. I admit that in interviews. I'm like, yeah, like I don't have a problem with saying, yeah, I've lost, I've been knocked out.
But I feel like it would be. I mean, like, I don't understand. I feel like everyone's human, obviously. Right. Everyone is nervous about shit. I feel like John Jones is the baddest dude in the world.
Mike Tyson said it best. He goes, "Oh, you ain't scared, you lying."
Yeah.
Because I'm walking out that case, I'm fucking terrified.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy's been thinking. I've been thinking about killing this guy. This guy's been thinking about killing me. I walk out there, like, he's strong and that. And he goes, and as he gets to the cage, he's trying to trigger that shit off and turn it off. That's true, but you're horrified before you fight. You're fucking ready to throw up in your mouth. Like I can throw up. I can always go to sleep right before I fight.
In the thick of his fights, in the thick of Mike Tyson knocking everyone in the world out, still nervous as fuck about it. You got to be, right? You're human. Oh man. So I mean, you win. You're getting up. And the next day, you were like, you put something on Instagram. You were like, all right, I'll be at the academy. Just get back to work and shit like that. And it was just dope to see that. It was dope to see it come full circle and just be like, all right, go back to work.
I freaking got back to the hotel at like, we watched all the fights in the back room, right?
Yeah.
Until like 12 or whatever. Then we got back home. It's like, we get back to the hotel. That's like 12, 1. And then we're partying, and people are coming out and taking pictures, and it's nuts. I'm like, oh shit, I need to get to meet Forrest Griffin. It was weird because someone ran up to me and ran past Forrest Griffin. I'm like, you fucking idiot, that's Forrest Griffin.
I know, right?
What the hell is wrong with you? And Forrest Griffin. So I got to meet Forrest Griffin, and it was awesome. And my manager's there, like, let's talk to this guy. So he's like, done this, push me in all the right direction. I'm talking, and it's all still surreal. I'm like, whoa, fuck. Like I said, I'm like, Akeem, I am just very, very happy to be here. That's how my brain was just thinking all the time.
That's the funniest.
So then I'm in the hotel room and they do the replay of the fights.
And you got to watch it.
Right, and I'm sitting there and I get to watch it for the first time. It's like, oh shit.
What was it like watching it?
Nuts. I've watched it probably like 800 times. I'm probably going to watch it tonight when I get home.
It's like, now, I mean, for you to watch it, do you critique yourself whenever you're watching it?
I'm like, oh, I see the things I did wrong. I remember in the fight, I'm like, I want to fucking, and I'm like, oh, relax. Cause I'm like, he's not doing what I want him to do. Oh, relax. I mean, so I watched him. Like, okay, you gotta chill that. Okay, you gotta ease that. You gotta watch it. That's how he capitalized on that. That's how he got that kick. That's how he got that. That's why this didn't land. I'm watching all kinds of, okay, you gotta do that. So me and my coach, we like, how can we watch it? And we just dissect all of my fights.
Wow.
Like, cause my last 5 fights, I've just been out. Even in that fight, I've just been out mentoring my opponents. I find a hole and I put them in it, and I force them to get out of the hole, and I like chop them down as they come out. They put their fingers, I chop them off. They come up, I chop. Like that's just how my fights always. It's like I said, it's very calculated. It's really like mathematical.
Yeah.
Everything's very mathematical. So I watch. In order to be really good at mathematical like fighting like that, you have to watch your own shit because you have to realize really, really good world class coaches are going to be watching your shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they're going to be like this. So my coach right now, we're working on something completely different. He goes, okay, we're going to have to adjust this, and this because guys are going to see this, they're going to attack this. Guys are going to see this, they're going to attack this. So I'm working with my coach. Then I have my original coach, Dave Sachs, who's a phenomenal MMA coach and MMA fighter himself. He's retired now, but he's freaking trained at American Top Team. He trained at big gyms in freaking Chicago. So he's working with me now. So like I have more coaches. I have my coach Marshall. And then I have Chris Williams and my head coach, Master Whitefang. So I have all these guys are like now putting in, and then Isaac Greeley, of course, my wrestling as well. So I'm working all that together. So it's like, and it's all just coming in and coming together and coming in, and then I'm like just putting it to work and stuff. So
what's the plan now? You just keep trying to.
I want to fight that Moroccan dude. What's his name? Ottawa or whatever. Hold on.
I saw you tag.
Yeah, man. That motherfucker. I keep. Let me get his name just in case he's listening to this because he knows who he is.
Just in case he's listening.
Yeah. What's his name? Admin Azatar. That's his name. But I'm like, so it's weird. So I don't know how the UFC works. Like I'm gonna talk to my manager tomorrow because I'm like, okay, do I have to start calling people out? Is that a thing? Because that's not my thing. I'm like, but do I have to start calling people out? I can do that. I'll do it respectfully. Like, hey, man, let's bang. Let's get a date. Let's fight. I want to split your skull open. I want to see if you can split my skull open. Ha, ha, ha. LOL. 2 gorillas versus leather. Like, whatever. Like, I wanted to fight him. Like, he's 12-0. Has a 90% finish rate. He won by brutal first-round knockout. Yeah. I tagged him, his managers, everybody, but I'm not getting response. I even told my manager to try to do it. I don't think they're, like, going for it or whatever. So, I'm just going to try to just, in fact, nothing comes from that. I'm going to the UFC Performance Institute next month, do a little training. Then I'm going to try to push for something like late November or December. I want to fight. I wanted to fight twice for the end of the year. Yeah. I'm not hurt, so I want to fight. If I'm not hurt, I want to fight.
Absolutely.
I would like to fight 6 times next year. That's my plan. 6 times next year. I want to make a lot of fucking money.
Bi-monthly, that's good.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, I want to fight every 2 months.
Why not, right?
Like, fuck it. If I'm not injured, I'm recovering. I'm back. I got Regeneration Pittsburgh. I got freaking what's the name? That's my other spot. Fuck.
That's all right. I'll cut it out.
Yeah. Fuck. I'm saying I got a couple of different sponsors. Hold on. Wait a second. Fucking Pittsburgh Performance Institute. That's what it is. I work with them.
Oh, Pittsburgh Performance.
Yeah,
these dudes started following me.
Yeah, they're up in Robinson, so they hit me up. I got sponsorship with them and stuff. And I have Regeneration Pittsburgh, and I have Green Tree Chiropractic. Then I have my masseuse Smith. So I got a lot of people that can fix my body. Yeah, that's the biggest thing. So I'm like, as long as I'm recovering.
You ever float?
That's at Regeneration Pittsburgh. They have floating. I've done it. I think I'm a different type of person. I'm a high energy person, and I can't sit in that fucking tank for an hour. Yeah. I was like, all right.
I did my first one like a week ago, and it was wild. Yeah. It was bizarre, but the hardest part was to be able to turn off your brain. But I'm gonna do it again here and see what it's like. That's what everyone
keeps saying. They're like, do it again. I don't know, man. I think my energy, like I say, I consider myself to be like havoc. I'm like, my energy's all over, and I can't. Yeah. I can't contain it.
I had Dave from Levity in here, and he was talking to me, and he was saying that like 3 is like a good go at it because the first one the first one is for your body, the second one is for your mind, and the third one, I don't know what he said, but like it was wild. I was just curious if you ever did that or not.
Yeah, I did like there. Dr. Tom. He was like, you need to do it more. Like, I'm telling you, like, shut your brain off. Like, you didn't like it. You're like, but you'll get used to it, and it'll be benefits for your body.
It was so interesting to me because the way I was describing it is like, it's like my mind is like a kid's room with like toys everywhere, like just shit everywhere. And it's like while I'm in that tank, it's like I'm going through that toy room and like putting things back and like organizing and cleaning it.
That's interesting.
And it was cool, but it took me, I prepared for it because like you hear all the shit that Rogan has said forever. So like I knew that I had to do certain things, but I was glad that I prepared for it. The last question, and then I'm going to get into Desert Island questions. Did you have any talks with like Dana White? Did he speak with you at all?
No, Dana talked to us before before the fight.
Okay.
He pulled all the fires. He did this big spiel. He goes, "This is the biggest fucking card." I saw, not Dana. This is the biggest fucking card of the year. He talks just like he does in the cameras. That's how he talks in real life. He goes, "You have so much fucking opportunity. It's right in front of you. Take advantage." And I swear, I felt like he was talking right to my soul or something. And I was like, "Oh fuck, Dana's amping me to fuck up." I wanted to like just punch a hole in the fucking wall at the time and talking, but I didn't get a chance to talk with him. Yet. So hopefully, he did. It was kind of cool. He put me on his Instagram, Instagram story. I had two things. He put me like a win thing, and then he had me get my hands wrapped, and I was like, "Yeah, that's fucking cool."
Yeah, that's wild.
I was just strolling through his Instagram the other day, like, "Oh shit, that's me!" I was like, I didn't even fucking see this. Like,
that's
fucking
so sick.
So I'm pretty sure that's why if you're listening, Dana, I want on that New York card because again, that's a big iconic card. I'm like, I would like to fight my man from Morocco, Ottoman. I mean, like, you know, if you're about that action, dude, you're about that action, Jackson. You just let me know, and we can.
Let me just tell you, Dana, if you're listening, I just appreciate it.
Yes, man. Like Dana might be like, let me fucking watch this shit. But
all right, so all right, damn, dude. What an incredible story. It really is. I seriously chose the whole time. It's great. I couldn't be more excited for you to do all this shit. It's very, very much well deserved. So the last segment I do with all my guests is a segment called Desert Island Questions. Desert Island Questions is where I give each of my guests 3 categories to take with them on a desert island to exhaust over and over and over again. So the first category is 3 things to watch on a desert island. Anything. TV shows, movies, whatever.
I would probably be Coming to America.
Okay.
Bruce Lee, The Game of Death, and a nature show.
A nature show?
Yeah, just a nature show.
Okay.
Just like,
I like that. That's good. All right. Second category is, do you read it all?
yeah, I used to read a lot, but I kind of do now, like every now and then. Like,
Okay. So we could do, you want to do 3 books or you want to do 3 of your favorite fighters?
bring those motherfuckers on the island with me. Fuck that. Yeah. I mean, 2-3 books.
Okay, 3 books.
I would say 3 books. Shit. There's a book called How to Heal Yourself. It's basically about mentally how to heal yourself. My mother used to have it. She's a holistic doctor. So it's called How You Heal Yourself with Mental Thoughts or whatever. I would definitely take that. Let me see. Playboy. I'm on a fucking island by myself.
That's
I need a fucking Playboy. And then I would probably, there's a book called The Serengeti Tales.
Serengeti Tales.
Yes, it's like, I would either do that or Aesop's Fables, but I'd probably do the Serengeti Tales. There's like all these really, they're like these little tales in this book, and they're really interesting, like a childhood book of mine. So I really like that one. So I'll put those all together.
That's good. Third category, 3 things to listen to.
Bob Marley Survivor album, Jay-Z The Black album, and C.T. Fletcher.
Oh,
I just have some motivational C.T. Fletcher. I'm on an island by myself.
Did you listen to him on Rogan?
No, yes, yeah. C.T. Fletcher's the fucking man.
But you listened to him after he got his heart transplant?
Yeah. He's the fucking shit, dude. Like, he's a fucking lunatic.
It was so crazy listening to him talk about dying and then
like coming back
and you're just like, what the fuck?
CT's a wild motherfucker.
Wild motherfucker.
Like,
and to hear, like, I don't know, dude. That's a whole nother thing. If you haven't listened to that podcast with Joe Rogan and C.T. Fletcher, the most recent one, it's fucking insane. All right, so second to last question is the death row meal. Anything you want to eat from wherever you want, as much as you want. Mac and cheese, man. You like mac and cheese?
Fuck yeah, man. Mac and cheese or French fries.
Who got some banging mac and cheese around here?
Carmine's down in the south side is like a soul food place. They got bomb ass mac and cheese.
Okay.
And then I have 5 sisters, so they make bomb ass mac and cheese. And my girl can make good mac and cheese too. Her mac and cheese is really good.
That's good. All right.
So I definitely mac and cheese. If you know me, it's like if you want to bring me mac and cheese, you can definitely do that.
All right. Colin wants mac and cheese.
Yes.
All right. So the last question I ask everyone is: if you could have a conversation with anyone alive or dead, who would it be and why? That's a good question. I can't remember what you picked last time.
Yeah. Let me think. Right now, if I could have a conversation with anyone throughout history, like
anyone.
Is it make believe, like throughout movies, anything?
Anyone.
Oh, really? Like through movies?
Anyone.
So I'm weird. I would want to have a conversation with Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Simply because he went from one extreme to the next, and then he came back, and I would want to know exactly like how he became. Because you watch the movies and like you're like those parts like his girl was dying and like how the dark side grew in him. Because that's, if you really like understand the philosophical side of that, you're like, that's some interesting shit that he went from being the one that saves everything to the one that ruins everything. See, I did to the one that saves everything because it turns out that his kids, he had to ruin everything. It was all just a point. So I would like to sit there and like really get, because Darth Vader's always like, he was like one of the baddest fucking, he was the fucking, his
biggest
power was
ever.
his power was unreal, except the Emperor was horrified of him. That's why he had to freaking get him as a henchman, because he was horrified of him. Like, so I would definitely, if like fictional characters, I would want to speak with.
That's a really good answer.
Like, I would want to definitely speak with.
That's a good answer.
Darth Vader. I was going to pick Harry Potter because Harry Potter's that fucking dude.
Yeah,
but
I love Harry Potter.
Harry Potter's the G.
I love it.
Harry Potter's a fucking gangster. But me personally, I would think a little bit more realistically thought pattern. I would have to pick Darth Vader, because I'd be like, okay, so let's start off when you were a kid. Like, I would be like, let's start Darth. Like, Jesus Christ, dude, we gotta sound like, come on, Darth, tell me all this emotion that leads up. Because like the way they turned him to the dark side, it wasn't like, hey, let's be bad. It was like really weird manipulation type things.
Weird
like,
reasons why he fell into it.
And like, okay, well, your girl's gonna die, so in order for you to save her, you have to come bad. But then when she dies anyway, why do you stay bad?
Yeah.
Why do you stay Darth Vader? Why do you be like, why? Because you feel guilty because you're already there. Like, so it's like the whole, I would just want to like pick Darth Vader's brain. Like, I think that'd be the super coolest thing to do. And hope he wouldn't choke me. I pissed him off.
Well, dude, I really appreciate you coming over and telling me all this shit.
Thanks for having me, dude. Thank you.
Even though you had to do 57 interviews after all this shit, but
this one was different though. This was a lot different. I'm sitting on your couch in your living room. It's not like, I mean, it's different.
Yeah, we're just relaxing. I think it's so dope that episode 3 now it's gonna be like episode 88, and like how much has changed. Like
that's why it's weird. I'm just gonna keep talking. I'm fucking end it. But I remember I would joke around with people that I grew up with, and they would talk about like doing crimes or some shit, and they'd be like, "Man, I just got to do a 5-year bid." I'm like, "Motherfucker, that's 5 years. You know what changes in 5 years? Your entire life changes in 5 years." I'm like, my entire life has changed in the past 3 years.
Yeah,
I'm like, 5 years. Like, no, like, you're fucking insane. You're just gonna do a 5-year bid? Yeah, dude, that's it. I'll get out. Y'all are fucking crazy. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Crazy,
I'm
dude.
good, man. I'm just gonna get a job. I ain't gonna be robbing motherfuckers. Y'all on a 5-year bid? Nah.
All right, take your time, promote whatever you want to toss out your Instagram, the Academy, everything.
Yeah, man. Freaking if you want to go ahead and follow me, I am very active with fans. I'm more active on Instagram. I'm the Deathstar _1. Same thing on Twitter. On Facebook, I can't take any more friend requests. I'm at my limit. So
no
you can
big
follow
deal.
me on Instagram. on Snapchat, I'm the same name. You can come to my gym, the Academy of Martial Arts and Fitness. I teach. I don't just own the gym. I teach. I teach about 17 classes a week. I teach kids, women. I'm the head instructor for our Muay Thai, and I help out with, and I teach some MMA classes and boxing as well. My coaches teach there as well. Everyone that teaches me, so you'll be learning my style of fighting. We're on 4573 Campbell's Run Road. I want to give a shout out to all of my sponsors. Regeneration Pittsburgh Cryotherapy, Pittsburgh Performance Institute. That's right. That's up in Robinson. I just got them. Who else? My management team, Jason House and everybody. Eggs and Nats out there in Moon Township. I think I'm forgetting a sponsor up in there. Let me see. I think that's it for now.
That's all right. I'll tag them in there.
Yeah, I think that's it.
All right, dude. I appreciate it. Everyone else that's listening, I'll call you right back across the board. Keep in touch with everything. I got all kinds of fire shit dropping. October's about to be dropping, which is all creepy shit all the month. Yeah. I got fucking I got people that do autopsies. I got people that lived in haunted houses and shit coming up. It's going to be wild. I'll call you right back.